30 minutes past 6 on a Friday morning, October 3, 2025. Welcome to 97.3 Citi FM. Starting the morning with a beautiful medley by Gramophone Chorus. We love it this way. There's so much to dissect today, a lot to push today. Some are in the newspapers, other will be in the form of conversations, some will be interviews, great music, all of them coming to you as we serve you the best breakfast show in town. 97.3 Citi FM, this is the Citi Breakfast Show. I am Caleb Kuda. A few thoughts to set the tone for your day. You know, yesterday I was in the midst of CEOs for the second breakfast, CEO's Breakfast edition, second edition of the CEO's Breakfast. And I learned a couple of things from the sage, the veteran, Professor Emeritus Stephen Adai. In fact, the conversation was about profit, power, and another P I'm forgetting. Profit, power, and something. No, but the main thing I took away with I want to share with you was Prof saying that leaders must learn to sacrifice good. They must learn to pay the price. So that you must, if you're going to be a great leader, you must be willing to manage the price and the prize and the perils of leadership, where the price is you sacrificing for the good of the people, and the prize is you not abusing the privileges that you have, and then the perils is you being mindful of the temptations that will corrupt you and staying away from sin. So if you're going to be a great leader, you need to learn, you need to be willing to manage the price, you must pay the price, and you must not abuse the prize, which is the privileges you enjoy, and then you must be wary of the perils of leadership. I thought I should share that with you, CEOs, upcoming CEOs, employees, employers, and great people of the Republic of Ghana. That's Business Sense. Welcome to a brand new day. We'll bring you the news review shortly. Richard Delaska is here together with Francisca Kakrafo saying, Total Energies, thank you so much. Fidelity Bank, we're grateful to you. It's Africa Customer Week. Total Energy says it's celebrating you amazing customers from the 6th to the 10th of October. We're saying a big thank you with something special just for you. So drive to any of our participating Total Energy service stations and you could be one of the lucky customers to receive free fuel. Yes, absolutely free. We've got branded goodies and surprise gift to make your visit even more rewarding. So check our socials and you'll be great, because Total Energies, you're not just a customer, you're a family. Don't miss out. Visit your nearest Total Energy station. Enjoy our top tier services. Let us celebrate you this Africa Customer Week, because your trust is our everyday energy. And Fidelity Bank is back with a Sika Boom Reloaded promo. Save 500 Ghana cedis or more, stand a chance to win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis in grand draw. Every 500 Ghana cedi you deposit gives you more chances to win 5,000 Ghana cedi monthly. So visit any of our branches, Fidelity Bank or our agent point, deposit in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis and win big. If you don't have an account yet, open one today. Fidelity Bank is here for your journey, Sika Boom style. Richard Delaska, good morning to you.
Good morning, I'm Manuva
Sogbo and Francisca Kakrafo.
Good morning.
In a lovely smock kimono this morning, matching some earrings. Good morning, I'm very well, thank you. What's the Friday looking like for you? On the move, Mama Sha. No one's smiling. Ladies and gentlemen, Obake to the show.
Let me start with the
Obake, yes.
And the front page story, 75 years of truth. Daily Graphic, the nation's trusted voice. And that's the chief of staff saying that. And this comes with a picture of a red and white cake. It's very wide. With 3 men assisting the chief of staff to cut it with their hands stretched towards the cake. So you have Julius Debra, the chief of staff in that picture, George Sapong, executive secretary of NMC, Atoafol, MD of GCGL, and Theophilus Yate, who is editor of Graphic, cutting that cake. Other stories, Energy Ministry pushes for open bidding for power generation, and cocoa prices up again. On the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper, government secures 3 billion yen Japanese grant to transform Kumasi Inner Ring Road. Right. And MOFA receives 100 motorized sprayers for farmers.
While we're talking about finance and funding, if you go to the news center, there's a warning there. Finance raid against Africa. Akufo-Addo slams global system, trapping continent in unsustainable debt. Also on the front page this morning, Vice President launches 10,000 young entrepreneurs, a Jumeirah program. And there's something here that says price per bag of cocoa increased again to 3,625.
So on the front page of the publisher, the Ghanaian publisher, they have the story from the former president as well. Africa's $1 trillion debt unjust, and that's coming from former President Akufo-Addo. Also, KGL Foundation champions juvenile football. Mahama petition to remove Kulendi and Metro Mass to operate 24 hours, and that's the Deputy Transport Minister, Dorcas Afo-Tofik.
Okay.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. The Domahini is quoted here saying Galamsey is going down. No need for state of emergency.
Really?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, really. I guess the reaction is really.
Really?
I see. Okay. Anyway, you know, yes, that's okay. You don't be anything. Mahama targets sweeping judicial reform.
Really?
Yes. So yes, it's a new court of appeal justice. So
Galamsey is going down.
No, we have to defer.
So there's no state of emergency.
Oh yeah, he's taking judicial.
So why is the president meeting the CSOs and religious?
No, that one is just to have tea and drink and talk about the progress made. I hope. Anyway, let's make progress.
I'll go to the Daily Guide newspaper and a gory story, 7 killed in collapsed Galamsey pit, still related to the Galamsey Domahini saying has gone down. But the paper is reporting 7 people have been killed. It comes with a picture of community members at the Galamsey site. Also, apologize and resign, minority to Sam George. And in Kasem Chiefs, Lord Government and Newmont. Nurses midwives protest over 10 months salary arrears. And KGL supports under 17 cold soccer championships. Yes, and Daily Guide is announcing that they are resuming Saturday publication.
I'll take you to the Informer. Agenda 111 project remains priority. Baumia pledges completion. Also on the front page this morning, Ghana not dumping ground for deportees. President Mahama seeking to clarify.
The Inquisitor newspaper has on its front page dealing with the deadly situation. JM meets CSOs today over Galamsey. Also, tomorrow is Sanitation Day. It comes with a picture of the Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim. And in Kasai Chiefs, Lord Government and Newmont over cooperative mining projects. KGL Foundation to continue supporting juvenile football. All that on the Inquisitor.
I'll take you to the Daily Gist newspaper. Oforiatta pops up in Washington, D.C. OSP tightens news. His photograph is here on the front page. Also, sack Sam George over DSTV saga. This is coming in from the Minority.
And I have the Catholic Standard front page stories. Jubilee House calls CSOs to Galamsey talks. Central Region thirst. Galamsey steals our water, our future. Former Catholic Standard editor among new ambassadors. Imbisa Jubilee Assembly opens in Eswatini. And stop the sin against Lazarus. Bishop warns on Galamsey. And still on Galamsey, the Catholic Standard has an editorial titled Time to End the Galamsey Gamble.
Let me take you to the Inside newspaper. The big story says Vice President hails Mahama's Jumeirah program. Says It's catalyst for economic transformation. Also on the front page this morning, Julius Debra urges media to back government's 24-hour economy.
I'll take you to the Herald newspaper. Why NPP and Jubilee House rejected Musa Dankwa's money-driven polls. That's what the paper is reporting. Also, HSRC Ghana commends Mahama's anti-Galamsey dialogue, warns against heavy-handed tactics. GS interdicts another teacher over sexual misconduct, but police sit idle. A Japan camp warns Baumia over vicious attacks. And KGL Foundation supports juvenile football development with $1 million.
The Point newspaper, the Ghanaian Point newspaper says President Mahama to meet CSOs over Galamsey crisis today. And then also government increases cocoa producer price to 3,625 Ghana cedis per bag.
Okay, and that story is also captured on the Business and Financial Times newspaper on the front page. Cocoa farm gate price up by 400 Ghana cedis, 12.27% rise makes it 3,625 Ghana cedis per bag. Other stories, AI innovation must anchor global communication. Also, government seeks to woo upstream petroleum investors. On Galamsey, the paper is reporting Legal Grain Association urges sustainable path in Galamsey fight. And Africa's trade dream endures. That's coming from Professor Orama.
And let me take you finally to the Daily Post newspaper. Government increases 2025-2026 cocoa crop season price by 400 Ghana cedis. And President Mahama calls for courage, integrity, and humility from new justices.
Okay, now let me take you online quickly. We'll start from Citi Newsroom. .com. Galamsey Domahene rejects calls for state of emergency. He also says that Galamsey has reduced under President Mahama, and President Mahama is set to meet CSOs on Galamsey fight today. So remember these. And GES interdicts Okajakrum S. HTS teacher over alleged sexual misconduct. And then also IMF backs Ghana's reforms to entrench fiscal discipline beyond 2026. We are told that on the Garrid project linking Nima and Paloma, storm drain can be completed in 18 months. If you go to channel1newsonline.com, I will arrest and hand you over. Domahene warns Galamseyers. NPP raised Baumia lacks overwhelming support to seal victory. This is a political analyst speaking. Swift and fair justice key to reset agenda. This is President Mahama. And of course, the story about cocoa producer price increasing to 3,600 plus per bag is also here. Nikpe talks about strategic rail investments key to boosting Ghana's economy. This is the transport minister. And Blackwell says diplomatic passports for Wedemaya, Rocky Dawoni, 3 others awarded on merit and not politics. If you go to the High Street Journal, interesting article here. When cooling inflation bites, consumers may be smiling, but local businesses may be taking a hit. Here is why. And Professor Peter Quote warns continued rain-fed agriculture farming threatens Ghana's inflation. If you go to my journal online, President Akufo-Addo is speaking here, the former president. He says debt restructuring was my darkest hour and lives were shattered. Akufo-Addo on debt restructuring. Some OMCs increased fuel prices with diesel selling at 14.18 per liter, Ghana cedi per liter. Singapore bans gum, Rwanda bans plastics. Why can't Ghana enforce order? Zaneto Ajumanroles is asking. Joy News uncovers Chinese-backed Galamsey on River BC despite MCE's denial. If you go elsewhere, 2 men killed in Manchester synagogue attack named. We'll get into the details.
Yes.
Okay, you want to take off with the GS?
Yes, I want to touch on that because we have a train of Galamsey stories so that we can work on those ones. So I'll take you to the Herald newspaper, and GES interdicts another teacher over sexual misconduct. And the story reads, the Ghana Education Service has interdicted Richard Tibeto, a teacher at Okajakrom Senior High School, or Senior High Technical in the Jasikan municipality in the OT region for alleged sexual misconduct. Mr. Tibeta was allegedly found in an act of sexual misconduct with a female student. Interestingly, it's not clear if the Ghana Police Service is launching an inquiry into the sexual misconduct by the teachers or the teacher against the student. A statement issued and signed by Daniel Fenyi, head of public relations at GES, described the conduct of Mr. Tibeto as unacceptable, unethical, and a clear violation of professional code of conduct for teachers. Mr. Tibeto is the second teacher to be interdicted by the GES within a week. On Monday, September 29, the GES removed from office Charles A. Adu, assistant headmaster of KNUST Senior High School, over a compromised position with a female student captured in a viral video. On October 2, 2025, GS in a statement said management of GS had taken note of a disturbing viral video circulating on social media allegedly involving Mr. Tibeto in an act of sexual misconduct with a female student. So I think that the gender ministry has to get in here. Yesterday we talked about it, the police as well. But I think that there's the need for a broad campaign to educate these girls, and also we should see some sanctioning for the teachers who are found to be engaging in this unscrupulous act.
Yeah. And we need to hear from NAGRA. That's what they are doing internally to deal with this particular matter.
Errant members.
Exactly. My good friend Angel Kabanu, I know you are an ardent listener of the City Breakfast Show. Please, we want to hear from you. Something has to happen. I take you to page 12 of the Ghanaian Times, which just came in. The story is about Galamsey. It says, concrete action now. Public expectation on president's meeting with CSOs over Galamsey. The story says a cross-section of Ghanaians have called on civil society organizations to be bold and candid with President John Dramani Mahama in today's engagement at the presidency over illegal mining, also known as Galamsey. Now, they argued that the magnitude of the menace required frank discussions and decisive action rather than platitudes, stressing that while the president's initiative to meet CSOs is commendable, it must translate into concrete measures. Now, from Kofoedia in the eastern region, Amma Techiwa Ampedu Ajeman reports that residents continue to express concerns about the destruction caused by Galamsey. Now, trader Priscilla Zelivu lamented that rivers such as Pra, Birim, and Ankobra had been polluted with mercury and sand, making water unsafe and costly to treat. But if you go to the other story that shocked you, it says Galamsey is going down. No need for state of emergency. Richard Usuachar reports for the Chronicle that the paramount chief of Doma traditional area, Osajefo Nanajiman Bedu II, also who serves as Justice Daniel Mensah of the Court of Appeal, he was just sworn into office yesterday, has observed a reduction in the destructive effects of illegal mining, known locally as Galamsey. Now, speaking to journalists at the Jubilee House following his swearing in alongside 20 others as Justices of the Court of Appeal, Nana Ajiman Bedu II praised recent efforts to clamp down on the menace. Now, there's a quote here that says, Galamsey, the illegal mining did not start yesterday. It has been with us for some time. If you ask me about my assessment, I will say now it is going down. You know why I'm saying that?
No.
If you look at some of the steps that have been taken, before, we were not hearing about the people in blue.
What?
The water guards.
Blue water guards?
Yes. Hey,
No, he's quoting.
I'm quoting him. I'm not saying, please don't come. We are not hearing all that, or we were not hearing all that. He recalled how prior to President John Mohammed's administration, illegal miners could freely access protected lands. People have invaded the forest reserve. We are not seeing that anymore. So the anymore is introduced by the paper. So you see, Now before, why you don't want to
Are you
hear?
still quoting?
Let's continue.
Well, just to counter that, I'll bring you
Charlie,
daily.
she's a justice of the
Oh no,
court
I've
of
not
appeal.
said anything. I just said we should continue
He's
with the
taking
more
judicial
stuff.
notice.
It's true.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, away from that, 7 people have been
spoken.
killed in a collapsed Galamsey pit.
Okay.
Okay, a tragic Galamsey
Which pit
accident.
Is that? Is that Galamsey pit?
Yes, it's a Galamsey pit, meaning that it's still happening.
Okay.
So, Joe Ewa and David Efum of Daily Guide are reporting that a tragic Galamsey accident in the Echumampunua district of the Ashanti region has left at least 7 people dead and several others injured after an illegal mining pit caved in at Kasotie on Wednesday evening. The incident, which occurred around 6 p.m., involved about 15 miners who had descended into the pit in search of gold. Eyewitnesses said that the ground suddenly gave way, burying many of them alive. Rescue efforts by surviving miners, supported by personnel from the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, and security services, managed to pull out some of the trapped individuals. 8 miners were rushed to the Mpasaso Government Hospital with varying degrees of injury, while bodies of the deceased were later retrieved from the rubble.
Now, while we are at it, Joy News uncovers Chinese-backed Galamsey on River BC despite MCE's denial. Evidence gathered by Joy News has exposed extreme pollution of the rivers BC and Subri, both tributaries of the Tano River, despite denials by the municipal chief executive for Tano North, Pius Opoku. It has photos of the polluted water rivers here, following a Joy News expose of illegal mining at Adroba BC, a small farming community that hosts 3 water bodies. The MCE led chiefs upstream to declare that there were no mining activities in the area. But a Joy News follow-up captured footage of Chinese miners and their Ghanaian collaborators engaged in Galamsey operations along the river BC. Now, it goes on to say that the activities have left residents, mostly peasant farmers, angry and desperate. They complain that the pollution has denied them access to clean water for farming and daily use.
Okay, so I'll bring you 2 more Galamsey stories from the Catholic Standard. Stop the sin against Lazarus. Bishop warns on Galamsey. And it reads, Auxiliary Bishop John K. Lewis of Accra has delivered a fiery homely calling on Ghana's leaders to end the destruction caused by illegal mining, describing Galamsey as a national sin against Lazarus. Preaching at the 9:30 a.m. Mass of St. John Fisher Catholic Church, New Achimota, last Sunday, the bishop drew on the day's readings, Amos 6:1 and 4-7, 1 Timothy 6:11-16 and Luke 16:19-31 to highlight the moral collapse driving environmental devastation in the country. He warned that, like the complacent leaders in the time of Amos and the rich man in Jesus' parable who ignored Lazarus, Ghana risks divine judgment if it continues to turn a blind eye to the cries of the poor and the destruction of creation. And still related, the Catholic Standard has an editorial ahead of the CSO's dialogue on illegal mining menace with the president. And just a quick line from that, it says the meeting scheduled for Friday, October 3 at Jubilee House is long overdue but necessary. For too long, Galamsey has been treated as though it were an unfortunate but tolerable reality of Ghana's development journey. It is not. And I'll leave it there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you go to the Chronicle, they have a similar editorial that says, enough of the Galamsey conferences, let's walk the talk. Somewhere in there they say it's time for the president to prove that his government is different from those before him. Today's meeting with the CSO should not be just another engagement that ends in communiques and soundbites. It must mark the beginning of real enforceable policies backed by political will to confront the rot, even if it implicates allies, party financiers, or chiefs. The president must put the country before politics. No one should be spared. Now, let me turn my attention quickly to the Informer newspaper, which has a story that quotes the president as saying, Ghana is not a dumping ground for deportees. The story says President John Dramani Mahama has vehemently rejected claims to the effect that Ghana has become a dumping ground for West African deportees from the United States, particularly those with questionable background. Now, allaying the fear of the public, the president stated that government would not do anything untoward to undermine the security and sovereignty of the country, and for that matter, the safety of the citizen. Yesterday, I saw a report in the African Report or so saying that West African nations are not happy with us and that there's some tension between Ghana and some West African nations over our decision to accept the deportees and all of that.
Well,
Okay,
just quickly
so-
from
yes.
the Inquisitor, tomorrow is Sanitation Day. As part of the Clean Up Ghana agenda, tomorrow will be marked as National Sanitation Day
Very
throughout the
important.
country. The Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs will be the lead ministry for the exercise, which is expected to see Ghanaian participation fully.
Very important. If you go to channel1newsonline.com, Bukari Nikwe, strategic rail investments key to boosting Ghana's economy. William Na writes that the Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari Nikwe, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to revamping Ghana's railway network with a particular focus on the Western Corridor. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show yesterday, Mr. Nikwe said the country has a master plan for rail transport aimed at restoring its role as an effective model of travel. Rail, quote, used to be one of the most effective means of travel in those days, but for a long time the rail system hasn't been that effective. But we have a master plan on the rail transport.
And former President Akufo-Addo is in the news talking about Africa's $1 trillion debt being unjust. And this is the Ghanaian Publisher report. And former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has described Africa's ballooning debt, now in excess of $1 trillion as not only an economic crisis, but also a moral indictment of the global financial system.
Okay.
And he was addressing the AU-EU high-level seminar in Brussels yesterday ahead of the AU-EU summit. Former president argued that the current system was skewed to the disadvantage of the continent and called for urgent reforms. And I quote him, he says, the global financial system is not built to free us, it is built to bind us. We cannot keep choosing between paying our creditors and protecting our citizens, he stressed.
Quickly, let me take you to page 4 of the news center. Price per bag of cocoa increased, and we're told that government has announced a fresh increase in the producer price of cocoa, setting the new rate at 3,625 Ghana cedis per 64 kilogram bag, equivalent to some 58,000 Ghana cedis per ton. Now, the new price, which takes effect from Friday, October 3, which is today, represents a 400 Ghana cedi increase per bag, or 12.27% over the figure announced just 2 months ago in August.
Final one for me, and you read a story, Kakra, about sanitation. The AMA is ordering closure of shops for the first National Sanitation Day after presidential launch. So story says that Accra Metropolitan Assembly has directed that all shops and markets within the metropolis to remain closed on Saturday, 4th October 2025 from 6 a.m. to allow for the first official cleanup exercise under the newly launched National Sanitation Day. So there you have it. Tomorrow we're doing a cleanup. We hope that when we clean, we'll not leave the thing on the debris on
the sides of the
You know, when we leave the
side.
debris, people become sick, and when they become sick, they go to the hospital. So if you go to page 7 of the Daily Gist newspaper, we're
What
told
an
that
agama.
people are the nurses are not happy. Yesterday they
it's
were on
true.
demonstration
They have been very
and
upset.
they were protesting. I saw
Yes.
them in front of.
They said they are hungry.
They are hungry. They are
Hunger
not.
is
Please
killing
pay the
them.
nurses. Do
Ever.
everything.
Ankara to
Ankara to please.
force for the nurses.
Yeah, you
and
have
the
to be
teachers.
forced. And before I go, though,
That
there's an
is-
important quote I want to bring. I
Please,
mean,
go ahead.
Godfred, forgive me. If you go to the editorial of the Herald newspaper, there's something the paper
You
says.
see what?
Teachers must protect, not prey
That's a
on
good one.
students.
Avo.
The last 2 paragraphs say something important.
Yes.
These young girls represent the future of our nation.
Very true.
They must not be made to believe that their success in life depends on compromising their dignity or submitting to exploitation.
Zium.
Schools should be safe spaces for learning and growth, not breeding grounds for abuse.
Sharp.
Consequently, we urge the authorities to ensure the speedy and diligent prosecution of the assistant headmaster and the teacher. This will serve as a
Yes.
deterrent to those who may contemplate similar acts in
you.
future.
Yeah.
Sika boom. Fidelity Bank say save and win. Muntio. Sika boom. Just deposit and begin. Sika Bieto. Every 500 CDs you keep for a month, you get 1 point all at once. More deposits gets more points in. More points, more cash you feel win. How many points? 1 point every 500 CDs. What if you win? 5,000 CDs monthly. And the grand prize
Don't wait. Visit any Fidelity branch or agent nationwide to deposit in multiples of 500 CDs. The more you deposit, the better your chances to win 5,000 CDs monthly and 100,000 CDs in the grand draw. Terms and conditions apply. Win with us. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Sikaboom.
This is an NLA approved promo, now running on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. And what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mind safe be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
All right, so Neela Taylor is here with the breakfast edition of the City Business News. That's brought to you by EcoBank and MTN. Will jump into the stories now. Neela Taylor, good morning.
It's Friday. Welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News, brought to you by Valex, MTN, and EcoBank. I am Neela Taylor. In this edition this morning, the International Monetary Fund, that's IMF, says it is confident Ghana will maintain fiscal discipline and macroeconomic stability even after the conclusion of its current ECF program in May 2026. The fund maintains reforms implemented under the program, including stronger public financial management systems and enhanced revenue mobilization measures, will outlast the program itself. Julie Kokzak is the IMF's Director of Communications. She's been speaking at a press briefing in Washington, D.C.
Ghana has made meaningful progress in laying the foundation, for fiscal discipline beyond the IMF program. Key reforms, and I'll talk about a few of them, which are lasting reforms, which we expect to last beyond the program. A few of these key reforms are a revamped fiscal responsibility framework, the establishment of an independent fiscal council, and improvements in public financial management, which aims at really improving and supporting the efficiency and effectiveness of public spending. These are all very important steps in sort of ensuring that fiscal discipline can be durable. Maybe I can just add some details that the fiscal responsibility framework includes a primary balance rule requiring an annual primary fiscal surplus of at least 1.5% of GDP, and it also includes a public debt target at 45% of GDP.
That's Director of Communications at the IMF, Julie Kokzak. Now, the Tema Oil Refinery says its long-awaited turnaround maintenance program is 98% complete, paving the way for the state-owned facility to resume operations before the end of this month. Management describes the exercise as one of the most comprehensive in decades, involving extensive repair, replacement, and upgrade works designed to restore operational efficiency and improve plant reliability. The maintenance program, which began several months ago, included widespread equipment overhauls and system improvement. TOR's return to operation could significantly reduce import dependency on fuel and also enhance energy security in the country. Away from that, enterprise support organizations ESO stand to benefit from mobilized financing through the creation of a $16.5 million ESO pooled fund to enhance sustainability and strengthen the SME ecosystem. The blended finance vehicle is to serve as a crucial funding lever for SMEs that currently struggle to meet the investment thresholds of commercial institutions, a development which inhibits operations for inclusive economic growth. Speaking to Citi Business News at the 4th Ghana ESO's Forum, Senior Program Officer for Support and Transaction Advisory at Impact Investing Ghana, Daniel Kwabena, also appealed to state and corporate partners to support the crowdfunding efforts.
So the ESO Put Fund is a blended financial vehicle that we want to use to augment the work ESOs are doing and also what SMEs are doing. It's a $60.5 million fund that we are crowdfunding to secure to make things happen. It's be in two windows. So one window is going to be more of a for capacity building purposes. The other window is more of a returnable grants that we can give to businesses and the ESOs to use to sustain themselves. So we are still on the open call, asking for corporate Ghana, the international development partners, and all well-intended and even government to come on board to support. Reason being that the ticket sizes of these ESOs or the SMEs are not at same par with what is commercially on the market. So we are using this as a lever to bring these people on board, make them investment ready, make them more structured, so that they can also use that as a launchpad to access with other financing from banks and other financial markets.
Daniel Kwabena, a Senior Program Officer for Support and Transaction Advisory at Impact Investing Ghana. Next, the MTN Ghana Foundation has rolled out a new initiative aimed at training young people in technology-driven agricultural practices to boost productivity and build the next generation of Ghanaian farmers. The 2-year pilot program, launched in partnership with the University of Ghana's Crop Science Department and the Pharmacist Group Limited, will offer agricultural students hands-on experience while creating new opportunities for unemployed youth seeking careers in the agribusiness sector. Daniel Odro-Mensah reports.
According to the foundation, the initiative combines innovation, technology and education to inspire more young people to view farming as a viable and rewarding career path. Speaking to the media, MTN Ghana's Chief Corporate Services and Sustainability Officer, Adjoa Friye, noted that only youth with a genuine interest in agriculture are being trained to ensure they make the desired impact.
Currently, we are looking at 300 students being trained over a period of 3 months. And so we are going to be increasing the numbers as we go along. And so we are going to see even more students being trained. And aside that, we want to bring in people who are not students from here, but who are also interested in farming. Some of whom may even have started their farms, but may need some support to be able to scale. So we are going to have these people, but they have to be people who have an interest in farming. We don't want people to just come in here and just come and try and do something. We want the money that we put in to be well spent.
The co-founder of the Pharmacist Group Limited, Charles Ajiman, highlighted the importance of the program, stressing that it would help students become more independent and self-reliant after completing their studies.
We are also exposing them to some of the problems you have in farming, and we are asking them to come up with solutions that we can deploy and then make it sure that it solves some kind of the problems you have in the farming. Then they can make some good product or service out of it, and then they can sell as a product or service. Then they are on their way of having their own business and having their own agribusiness to manage.
That was Charles Ajiman, co-founder of the Pharmacist Group Limited, ending that report filed by Daniel Odro-Mensah. On the forex market this morning, you could get the dollar at 13 cedi 60 pesos, the British pound trading at 18 cedi 70 pesos. That of the euro could be sold to you at 16 cedis. These are average rates from some forex bureaus in the capital and not the interbank rates published by the Bank of Ghana. But before I go, beginning today, cocoa farmers in the country will earn 400 Ghana cedis more for every 64 kilograms kilogram bag of cocoa following a new price adjustment announced by the government. The increase is a 12.27% jump from the 3,228 Ghana cedis announced in August and brings the new farm gate price to 3,625 per bag. The hike is to keep Ghana's cocoa prices competitive on the global market, especially after neighboring Ivory Coast raised its farm gate price earlier this week. And that's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News. Our top stories and more on citynewsroom.com/business. I'm Nila Atilati. Next is the Citi Business Edition. Do have a good business day.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds, "Hello, Kwame." You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Ah, Ma, have you received the delivery?
See, the rider's bay. Send in the momo.
Okay, *176.
Pow. Don't you use a smartphone? Use the momo app, ne?
Huh? Aba app.
Hey, I want to say millennium, say millennial. Inyim. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Oh, you're smart. And oh, you're secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Like Fanta my pepe, Fanta na pepe, no de lungu lungu my wewe. Oh.
It's amazing. The world is changing, evolving by the second. Today is AI, tomorrow who knows? One thing for sure. A lot has changed, but guess what? So has EcoBank. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has pioneered a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app EcoBank Pay, express points across the country, EcoBank is right where you are. EcoBank is a better way to bank your way. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Now, guys, have you heard the latest from MTN? For those of you who love 550 hash, star 550 hash, and follow the prompts. We'll bring you Citi Business Edition shortly. It's a thought-provoking presentation from the former ESET director, Professor Peter Korte, as he looks at emerging frontiers and economic opportunities still needed to shape the future of our nation. While we wait for it, Lesheho says we want to give you financial peace. Don't go through the financial challenges alone. Whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs at the right time. Simply call or WhatsApp Nana on 02700 4799. Let's make life easier together. Lesheho, let's improve life. Now, how do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform? Then let's talk about Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology specially formulated to clean, protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. It's designed to remove performance-robbing deposits so that your engine performs at its best. Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and feel performance, feel confidence, feel protection over and over again. Feel unbeatable because the best choice just feels right. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell go well. Good morning, Ghana. Kickstart your day with the irresistible chocolatey goodness of Twitsco and rich with NF-Watt. A combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including B vitamins, vitamin C, D, iron, and many more. At just 2 Ghana cedis, you can treat yourself and your little ones to a rich, delightful, chocolatey taste of Twitsco. Power that dream now. Simply mix with water, add milk, stir, and enjoy. The kids can't get enough of it. We have different packages. Grab yours now at a store near you. Twitsco, power that dream. So let's switch our attention to Professor Peter Quarte's presentation on emerging frontiers and economic opportunities that need to be shaped to maximize the opportunities of the economy for all. Enjoy.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait. Until I get my new car. Please wait. Until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love so bad. My girl, sweet girl, my girl. I can see all your joy. I can see
growth frontiers. They are very multifaceted, but we could rely on them for development and for expansion. Some of the key areas we can talk of is agribusiness. Agribusiness, clean energy, renewable energy, industry, high value added industries, not those that do not add much value, add high-valued technology, the fintechs. A lot is happening in the fintech space. And I think Mr. Support mentioned some of them where we can leverage and get more revenue. The IT, the mobile technology, electronic payments. These are all areas that we can focus on. Africa indeed has a very great potential because if you look at the African continental trade area, there's a very large market with 50 countries which will gain the GDP of about $3 trillion. Africa possesses roughly 60% of the world unused arable land. There is a potential for high agri production. We are endowed with solar. For those of you who have solar energy, by 10, 11 a.m., your batteries are charged. We have so much solar energy, and I wonder why we don't tap into that. Once I was in South Africa and I saw affordable houses, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom houses, quite a large area, and you find solar on all of these houses. That is forward thinking. That is how we should be going about business, so that we tap into solar energy, wind and hydro resources. And we have a youth population, the bulging youth population. 70% of Sub-Saharan Africa's population is under 30 years. A lot of energy. Let's harness this energy into fruitful production, productive areas. Otherwise, our politicians will use them for land guards, use them for elections, lose them for land guards, lose them for all kinds of things. It is not safe for us. We have a very strong youth population that we need to harness. But despite all of this, we have issues of soil degradation, we have challenges with food insecurity. We have to address some of these problems. But particularly for this conference, how do we apply tax and business policies to stimulate sectors where growth frontiers dominate, So for all these sectors I mentioned, how we use our tax policies to leverage on this, to promote these sectors. I think that should be the focus of what I'm going to say in setting the theme for today. Now, I think it's common knowledge for those of you in this room, it is not new, but then with our tax GDP ratios are high in high-income countries. For all exporting countries, tax GDP ratio is also quite high. But then for non-oil exporting countries, our tax GDP ratio is low. Now, you want to leverage, you want to use tax policies to promote businesses. Already your tax GDP ratio is low. What do? We are an oil exporting country, but our tax GDP ratio is around 14%. Do you still give rebates whilst your tax GDP ratio is low? If you do this very well, you get compliance, you grow sectors. I believe in the issue of large numbers, economies of scale. If we expand, certainly we'll get more to pay taxes, and we can enhance our tax GDP ratio. So you can see from the figure on your screen, you would find that for Africa, the average tax GDP ratio is about 16%. Asia is much higher, that's about 19.3. Latin America is even much, and Caribbean is 21.5. OECD is even much, much higher. But then we are constrained. Our tax GDP ratio, as you can see the red arrow over there, you can see that ours is around 14%. So we need to work on that. Then you find that for other countries within Africa, we are still, for country-specific areas, we are still below. Please go back a bit. You find our tax GDP ratio where Nigeria is much lower, Guinea much lower. We are not too bad, but I think we can do better. Togo is much better. Senegal has a better tax GDP ratio than we have. Now, we have different the personal income tax range, the corporate income tax. I think for people in this room, this shouldn't be news. You know the various tax bands, etc. So I can go on to the next slide. But then our VAT, the emphasis I want to place on the facts of our Ghana tax system is that Ghana's tax revenue came as a result of increase in corporate and personal income tax, that the largest contributors in revenue were corporate income tax, and then the VAT. There's also some abuse of the tax refund, but the point I want to emphasize is that our VAT rate in Africa is within 16 to 18%. If you look at ours, it's around 21, 22, depending on how you look at it. And it's also quite complex. Some states, you apply the straight rule, it's quite complex. And I think I'm happy to hear from the GRA boss that we are trying to basically change this narrative and ensure that our VAT rate is more consistent with what we find in other countries. Our rate is totally expensive, punitive, and doesn't promote business. If you want to leverage on this and basically promote the growth frontiers, then that should be something to look at. So I've spoken about tax. What about other things, other policies that will promote business? The World Bank Be Ready performance report shows how we have fared compared with others. You'll find Ghana, as I highlighted in red. Business entry, we scored 40.99%. Quite difficult to establish businesses. The processes you take, the number of weeks you take to register your business is quite high. We also have issues about business location, where to locate your business. Then utility services, 68.52%. It is still not the best when others are scoring 78, 85%. We are 68.52. Still above average, but I think there's room for improvement. International trade, the difficulty, the ease of doing and engaging in international trade is 56.25. Then the issue of taxation, we scored 56.78. Dispute resolution, if there are business disputes, etc., we scored 54.85. And then business insolvency, a lot of businesses collapse, but we scored 64.9. So all of this tells us that there are things that we ought to do. We need to change the narrative to ensure that we are able to engage meaningfully. I want just to highlight one thing. For business entry, for instance, a country like Togo scores 77.26. So it tells you we are in competition. We are not alone. We are in competition. We often say that Ghana is the gateway to Africa. But if you are gateway and another country is the destination, then you really have to sit up. Because if business entry is 77.6, you open your gate and somebody receives that business, then you are basically not being competitive. So I think we need to look more into that. So what are some of the strategies that we can put in place to ensure that some of the tax strategies, some of the business policies that we can put in place for industrial and technological transformation? For some of them, I believe GRA is already doing them. So if you find something you're already doing in my slide, then know that it's just for emphasis. But if it's new, then I believe it's something we should really look at. Now, key sector to drive Ghana's transformation, you will find that manufacturing, agro-processing is one of the major areas to drive transformation. From the table on the right, you find that agriculture gross value added is quite high. It employs a greater number of people, and then relative productivity is also quite good. So we'll need to look into agric. We don't just have to leave that, but agric is also key. Then the issue of manufacturing is very, very important. Agro-processing. So when you do agro-processing, you are moving from agriculture into industry. So that's what we, as a country grows, you transform your economy from agro-based into industry, and that is the transformation we are asking for. So the mix of a strategic mix of tax reforms and business model innovations that are required to improve productivity, promote rural development, and ensure sustainability. And again, they need to roll out incentivized tax regimes, reduce tax rates, especially for agriculture, farmers, etc. Then the need for tax holidays for business startups. Most businesses that, when they start up, have these challenges. Within the agri-sector, I meant agri-tech industries. We need to look at that. And then VAT exemptions for input, certified seeds, fertilizers, biogas, irrigation, installation systems. I know there are some that are ongoing, but for those we haven't, we may have to take a second look at this. Then there's very low export duties on agri-processed goods to promote value addition. Again, for agriculture, we need to promote startups to offer digital marketplace for farm produce. I hear of the tractor trotro and some other innovations using technology. These are new, these are innovative. Let us support these areas. Then extension services. Our extension services are quite weak. We don't support our farmers in terms of applying fertilizer. So if somebody sets out a mobile-based extension service, we should be encouraging that as well. And then they need to promote business clusters. Agro-industrial parks, parks should be promoted. Encourage cooperative farming. Again, tax incentives can be used to encourage cooperative farming. It is when you have cooperatives that when you lend, chances are that you can retrieve your money. So the banks, the tax authorities, and the people that matter should look at how we can encourage corporate farming. And then finally, smart and sustainable agricultural practices, greenhouse technology, and all the other things that we need to do. I'm quite excited about the greenhouse technology because we can grow so much with limited amount of land, size of land, we can achieve so much. So agribusiness, there's so much we can do within the agribusiness chain. Rural innovation hubs, infrastructural investment in areas such as road, irrigation, rural electrification and storage, and then modern technology, weather forecasting tools to determine planting seasons, etc. This day we are having some interventions in terms of research, trying to reach out to farmers through mobile technology. They are able to access inputs, they are able to access markets, crop insurance, and many other new innovations are being involved. And we have some dedicated funding that we are giving to researchers to really assess these kinds of interventions. Ease of access to credit, low interest credit to farmers. We know of the GESA, but then these are for more institutional farmers, big, large-scale farmers. What are the small-scale farmers? How do we provide incentives such that the banks would reach out to them easily? Then to industry, industrial transformation. You will notice that Ghana's exports are very concentrated, highest revealed comparative advantage, and are dominated by many agricultural products as well as metals. Our export concentration in these areas indeed exposes us to potential vulnerabilities. I think there's no mean saying about this, to world price changes, because we rely so much on primary products. What do we do to promote this so that we transform agric into industry? One is promote government incentives and tax credits. So tax credits to companies that invest in R&D. It's rather unfortunate our investment in R&D is quite low. I always tax most of our MMDs. How much do we put into R&D? A couple of months ago, I was at the FAO, and we were discussing about agricultural transformation, and I was asking the Minister for Agriculture, how much have we invested in R&D? It is quite low, so let's move into supporting research and development. Intense incentives for companies that prioritize energy efficiency, green technology, is also quite necessary. Then build strategic infrastructure in special economic zones. We have economic zones, but sometimes they are subjected to abuse. But if we really look at these industrial parks, we can really attract investment towards specific sectors like automobile, electronics, textile, just to mention but a few. The issue about reliable, uninterrupted power, water, internet supply within these zones are also quite important. Let us continue to provide some kind of support to build these industrial zones. Then they need to use tax incentives again. I think I've been talking about tax incentives all this while. You ask yourself, if we give all these incentives, how would the GRA raise the revenue for government to also spend in other sectors? But as I started, when you are able to give these targeted incentives and grow businesses, they will pay taxes. You are broadening the tax base, and that is how we will be able to raise our tax GDP. So they need to promote tax credits for innovation and R&D, support export-oriented service tax measures, so export services, international business development, then incentives for digital and service-driven technology. There are a lot of young people out there who are doing a lot of things within the digital space. How do we reach out to them and ensure that the growth frontiers that we want to target is being really harnessed? Then I extend the discussion to services. What business and tax policies can we put in place to promote the services sector. So services include finance, tourism, IT, health, logistics, and many, many others. And certainly the need to transform the tech-driven services with the necessary tax and business policies are quite important. Outsourcing hubs for customer support, IT service, finance, legal support is also something we have not been doing very much, and I think we should look at that. Eco-tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, they are all areas that we can be promoting with all the incentives, not just tax. We can use other measures to promote marketing and all the things that can make us attractive. Within the subject, we know people come to assess health, they come to ecotourism, etc. We have very beautiful sites. If we develop our infrastructure very well, and I'm sure we can attract many into these areas. Hotel management, tourism training, academics, to build the human capacity. That is very critical. If you look at our hotels, they tend to be too expensive if compared to what you find in other places. How do we make our hotels cheaper so others can choose us rather than go to Senegal or other countries? Support health tech startups using AI for diagnosis. I am told that with AI, these days you can diagnose cancer patients in a very short while and get the right medication. So what kind of support can we provide to help with health tech startups? Then finally, the aspect of digital IT services. How do we use taxation and other business services to promote the digital services space? Levy on revenues from online platforms to ensure fair contribution by digital multinationals. When we were introducing e-levy, I thought we were going to extend this to digital platforms that we can read. But as a result of COVID, a lot of businesses have moved to online. There's a lot going out there. People no longer have offices or business premises to operate. You find businesses, what we term in the UK, car boot sales. People have their goods in their car boots. They move around with online marketing. They are able to sell. But how much are we able to attract? How much tax are we raising from online platforms? I don't think we have done much with that. I think that is one area we should promote. We should encourage, but also when we encourage, we're able to tax more. Targeted incentives, reduce tax rates for holidays for digital startups, stimulate local innovations and investment. It will amaze you how much people are doing within this space. But you can use tax incentives, you can use tax holidays, you can use other measures to attract people, to help the GRA, to help the local authority to raise revenue. Then, simplified tax filing system, easier processes for small tech businesses to promote broader participation. I am happy the GRA boss and his deputies are here. The filing system can be problematic. These days, there's an online system where you can file. It's slightly better than what it used to be. Let me tell you my own personal experience. When you have a company, they said large taxpayers unit. So wherever you live, because you're a large taxpayer, you have to travel all the way to the large taxpayers unit to go and pay your tax. I think we should move away from this kind of inconvenience. At the click of a button, you should be able to file your tax. And I'm happy to say that now online, you can generate, you can see your tax and be able to basically know how much you owe. But as individuals, how many of us are filing our tax? I think that is something that we need to do more education to ensure that we file our taxes and also benefit from tax reliefs, etc. Regulatory and inclusive growth. robust data protection and easy licensing of e-commerce, fintech. I think I've spoken a lot about the e-commerce thing. We need to regulate that space, but also data protection issues are very critical. Then providing training programs and targeted grants to ensure broader benefits to all who participate in this. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to conclude with the following submissions, that in our quest to align progressive business policies with innovative tax incentives that will attract investment while fostering domestic capacity building and knowledge transfer, there are things we need to do. We must prioritize creating integrated policy frameworks, not scattered frameworks or policies. Some of the policies compete each other, some don't harmonize, and we need to look at that. So we are able to compete globally, attract FDI, and also develop local entrepreneurship, develop skills, technological capabilities, ensure sustainable, inclusive growth that benefits all its citizens, benefits all our citizens. We need to also promote special voluntary disclosure programs. If voluntarily I disclose that this is how much money I make, DRA, you don't know, but I come and tell you, look, this is how much I am making, I won't be paid tax. There should be some incentive, something to encourage. You don't tell me I'm going to calculate from since you started and then apply interest rate and all those fanciful things the tax people like to do. Allow people to come out, and there are people out there, genuine people out there who want to disclose, but they are afraid that if they disclose, they might have to pay or sell their business to pay tax that they owe. So please, let's encourage that. Optimizing domestic revenue mobilization through broadening of the tax base. I think we all know we need to broaden the tax base. Our informal sector forms over 80% of our economy. If you don't broaden the tax base, we'll overburden the same people, compliance becomes difficult, and then we'll have issues with compliance and collection. Increase non-tax revenue collection as well, and then adopting enhanced tax compliance measures. I believe the GRA is working on this. And then modernizing of tax administration through digital technology. I'm still wondering why, up to date, we are not doing so well with property rates. There are a lot of beautiful, very expensive properties in Accra, for instance. But I don't think we are raising much. If you look at how much we get from property rates, it is woefully inadequate. Let's roll out digital technology. And I understand the law is being passed to make it work, but it's taking too long for us to do this. Business regulatory reforms are also quite important. Compliance costs boost private sector investment to boost growth. The need for structural change, reforms such as creating a one-stop registry for businesses. I think we are moving in the right direction when it comes to registry of businesses. But again, from the 2024 score, when the World Bank Business Ready, tells us we still have some way to go. Also, digital transformation is, I think I've highlighted that the need for better broadband networks to provide reliable, affordable, and widespread access to digital networks. If we move out of Accra, even within Accra, some of our digital services are not adequate, and that is affecting businesses. These days, we transact globally. So if my broadband, my internet is not working, that is not going to help me drive the growth frontier that I want to drive. Positioning the country to realize the benefits of African Continental Free Trade Area. We certainly have to take advantage of this because we trade too much with the global north. There is the need to trade within Africa. Given the large population within Africa, we can attract investment and FDI into our continent. We need to boost skills. Within the educational setup, TVET is quite critical. How do we use tax policies? How do we use other business-friendly policies to attract skills into this area? It's rather unfortunate. We are training so many people in the humanities, less technical people. Our polytechnics have been converted into universities. You can read accounting, economics, sociology in our polytechnics. You go to most of the universities, you realize 70 to 80% of those we churn out are in the humanities. It's getting to a point where we cannot get very skilled people to work with. I think we need to boost the TVET system. We need to certainly boost the TVET system. One time I was speaking with one of the ambassadors, and they were telling us how they struggle to get qualified electricians in Ghana. Not the kind of electricians who will come and then your house will get bent in the next day or two. Qualified electricians, certified ones, because we are not training enough of such people. So on that note, Mr. Chairman, distinguished listeners, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you, thank you very much for this platform. I believe I have shared some few thoughts on how we can leverage on tax policies and business policies to promote our growth frontiers. I'm hopeful that this conference will dive deep into this and then make recommendations that will benefit all of us in the coming days. Thank you very much for your audience.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. My girl, sweet girl, my girl.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hey, El Chamano, I agree to.
I make you. Salary them pay last week. This week, no, it finished. How?
But don't you have GCB mobile app? Just request a salary advance. You will get it in 30 seconds.
Gosh, it just dropped like it's hot.
Get up to 80% of your salary anytime with the GCB mobile app at the lowest interest rates. Switch to a GCB salary account now and payday can be any day. Download the GCB mobile app on Google Play, App Store, or Huawei App Gallery. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for our October intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Welcome to Lifesaver Moment, brought to you by the Ghana Cooperative Credit Union Association. Choose saving with a credit union. Profits go back to you and not the shareholders.
Nobody cushions you like your credit union. Nobody cushions you like your credit union. For 70 years and counting, we've been around. Nobody cushions you like your credit union.
Nobody cushions you like your credit union. Whatever your needs for loans, investments, savings, and more, call 0302-220-299 or visit cua.org.gh for more information. You can also follow us on our social media handles.
Nobody cushions you like your credit union.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interests will be. But you can help her get a strong start with good nutrition. Yum Vita, made with the goodness of milk, plus Nutri-V, is a delicious, nutrient-rich cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, older ones love it too. Give your baby good nutrition for a strong start. Yum Vita is available in other yummy variants. Yum Vita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Well, it's the Friday edition of Kickoff on the Citi Breakfast Show with Edwin Kwakofi. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell go well. Politangana is under GH. And Lesheho, let's improve live. We start with Ghana's senior men's national team, and they have released their detailed program ahead of the decisive 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against the Central African Republic and Comoros. The Black Stars open camp with player arrivals from October the 4th to 6th before beginning training sessions in Morocco. On the 8th of October, Otto Addo's men face Central African Republic at the Stade Donner de Meknes in a high-stakes clash. A recovery session follows on the 9th of October, after which the team returns to Accra. Preparations then continue at the Accra Sports Stadium with a media-accessible session and a pre-match press conference on the 11th of October. The final qualifier sees Ghana host Comoros at the Accra Sports Stadium on the 12th of October. That match kicks off at 19 hours GMT. Let's move over to the Europa League, and last night there were a number of matches that took place. Celta Vigo, they beat PAOK by 3-1. Ferencváros beat Genk by 1-0. Rangers travelled to Sturm Graz and lost by 2-1. Dinamo Zagreb beat Maccabi Tel Aviv by 3-1. Lyon, they beat RB Salzburg by 2-0. And Nottingham Forest were 2-3 losers at home to Midtjylland. And speaking after the game, Forest boss Ange Postecoglou said calls were made to sack him after the loss. Says he's not surprised about anything anymore.
Look, I don't know. Progress is us winning games of football. We haven't done that. So, yes, football's been compelling at times, but you've got to win games of football, and that's what we've got to try and do.
There was some pretty strong messaging from the fans when the third goal went in. I don't know how aware you are when you are down on that touchline. What are your thoughts and reactions to their reaction?
Yeah, no, I heard it. It's they're fans. They want to see their team win, and they're entitled to their opinion.
Is it surprising to you it's happening so early in your tenure here?
Nothing surprises me in football anymore.
That was Nottingham Forest boss Ange Postecoglou speaking after calls were made for his sack. In the other games, Basel beat Stuttgart by 2-0. Feyenoord lost 2-0 to Aston Villa at home, and reacting to the loss, Feyenoord boss Robin van Persie says his team played quite well.
I think we performed really well in terms of our high defending. We won so many balls in our high defending. In possession, I think we played well, created a lot of chances, and didn't really get a lot of chances against us. So especially in the first half, but in the second half as well, I think we played really well. So it's a bit of a strange feeling to be standing here with a 2-0 loss, because in my opinion we earned more.
Those were the thoughts of Feyenoord boss Robin van Persie, and that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff was powered by Shell. Shell go well. Politangana is under GH. LS Sheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Caleb Kuda continues.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at the Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spot in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
You're looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to bank be no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Hey there, all Enterprise customers. We are rewarding all of you just for standing by us all this while. Simply keep doing the things you've always done with us, like renewing policies, making purchases, and more. The twist though, you have to do them on our self-service portal via web or the Enterprise Advantage app. Once you log into the portal, access Advantage Points and do any of the transactions you're allowed to do there in order to earn points. The more you transact, the more points you earn. The points you earn can be used to redeem loads of airtime, Momo, and other rewards. It's that simple. Just visit the portal, log in, and enjoy. Visit my.enterprisegroup.net.gh or download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Enterprise Advantage Points, because nothing you do should be pointless.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Channel One TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change, capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Before the end of this year, some significant improvement would have been noticed on that road. And it's not going to be a 9-day wonder. He's back to site to continue with the project.
Channel One Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news, 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
A lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of African leaders to create an environment that is conducive to trade and investment. We wish to partner with any nation of the world.
Channel One Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation.
Everything in this world is subject to abuse. And that's why there are checks and balances. That's why you have to also go to court and do...
From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel One Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
People normally enter the boats without the life jackets. We believe strongly that if they were wearing life jackets, their lives would have been saved.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
I thought I should contain myself. But he should be careful. He did not win the election on merit. The NDC won the Asokwa election by default. For whatever reason, we, the MPP, we decided to hand over power.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel One TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Nexus cable metal iron one out to the biomo. Nexus cable metal fossil. At a flexible. And now conduit cable 5,000 cedis Rukobiara or 1Q distributor. And now one retailer Biara. Joe receipt. And now invoice. For phone. Get your invoice. And now receipt a picture. Fuck WhatsApp numbers 055 255 7781 and 053 101 8643. Damadana. Obey Sika. Womo do. The send your phone able to invoice picture. Able to use a distributor on the phone. Let's send invoice. Then mom Sikana. About wow phone no do. So Nexus cable. Or ISO certified. Made in Ghana Papa B. To invoice you go WhatsApp numbers in there. Now what's Rebecca cashback? Where you more
Nexon's cable metal. Electricity no get leg. It be Nexon's cable metal cable the carrier.
Ghana, are you ready? The biggest health walk is coming up again. It's the 9th edition of the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk, happening on Saturday, 4th October 2025 at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, 5:30 a.m. sharp. Come looking sporty. Grab your sneakers. Bring your crew, your friends, your family. Let's walk, let's vibe, let's jammer and keep fit together. Plus exhibition stands from our partners with massive discounts waiting just for you. Omni Basic Bank Health Walk. Better health starts here. Omni Basic Bank Health Walk. Energy, fitness, fun. Don't miss it or else Atasa. For more information, call us on 030-708-6000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
for sure he gon' make a way. On his road, the only load is how to reach safely. Take me to my destination, and I'll be grateful. We go come, nothing go do we. Them go come, nothing go do them. I know for sure he'll be there for me, no matter the condition of this road. Oh Lord, thank you for giving me travel and mercy, for the times that step out of my house and the moment I have to go back. Oh Lord, thank you for giving me travel and mercy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. I dey go come every thing that we say, for all that life will be.
Unleashing the power of revolution. This is City 97.
On these roads, the only load is how to reach safely. Take me to my destination, then I'll be grateful. We go come, nothing go do we. Them go come, nothing go do them. I bet for, I'm a yeah, I know for sure you'll be there for me, no matter the conditions of this road. Oh Lord, thank you for giving me travel and mercy, for the times I step out of my house and the moment I have to go back. Oh Lord, thank you for giving me travel and mercy, for the times I step out of my house and the moment I have to go back. Oh Lord, I know you never forsake me. Take me to my destination. Take me to my destination. Oh Lord, I know you never forsake me. Take me to my destination. Take me to my destination. Yes, it's gonna take me there. Through that journey of obstacles. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know, yes, it's gonna take me there. Through that journey of obstacles.
Jidu, he says at the go come. At the go come. You know, when you go and come, it's one of the blessings we easily take for granted.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's there's a lot to be grateful for when you are able to go and come back. I love it. Beautiful song.
Very beautiful song. I mean, for all those people who are traveling, who are on a journey somewhere, who are praying for some success, who are taking a bold step today, meditate over this. You are going with the Lord and you come back with the Lord. Many people went and said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Mikwaba.
Yes, Mikwaba.
Miyamaba.
Miyamaba. Manabu, Lebine, what do you call it? Bekene.
Yeah.
And that's right. I mean, and then life happens. They don't get to come back. If you go and you return,
you don't have to take it for granted.
Yeah, you shouldn't take it for granted because it's so much glory, so much mercy.
Yeah.
God's protection all over you. So let's meditate about this, and I hope that it inspires you. And if you are on your way back, when you get back home, please pray.
And carry something for that of you. And many of our friends, our listeners have gone and come, and the year has met them again. And they are counting their blessings, and they are putting their finger on that one thing, that providence, that grace that has kept them. And their loved ones are celebrating them, celebrating their lives. So we'll be bringing you those dedications on the show very shortly. Sky has a few.
There's a special person to me, and a special person to
says,
the brand.
Me too. I have some special people. We celebrating 0549-986-996. That's the number for all the dedications and questions and comments as well. So let's get into it.
So let me do this special one for someone who is closely associated with the Citi FM brand.
Come on.
Has many of us as her brother, and Charlie, no, she's just a big woman. It's going out to Barbara Nakai Anan. Barbara Nakai Anan, a beautiful soul who is always happy.
Barbara.
Tell her every time it's a happy hour for yeah. So Barbara Nakai Anan of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Today is her birthday. She's a truly beautiful soul, and she's celebrating her birthday today. Always listening to us, shows up anytime we are doing outdoor events, and sort of in love with everybody here. And so we are reaching out this morning, Barbara Nakai Anan, and we are celebrating you for all the love you continue to show. May God continue to take you out
and bring you back
with success in a billion ways. Congratulations on another year, and it is well with you, Barbara.
Happy birthday,
Barbara. Yes.
Great.
There's another one coming in. If I may do this quickly, it's coming in from the folks at Deloitte. It says, happy birthday to Deborah Addo and Rose Esilfi of the Tax and Legal Department of Deloitte. From your country managing partner Daniel Kojo-Usu and all the staff of Deloitte. They are celebrating you this morning, and they are wishing you all the very best in this year and in the many more decades ahead of you.
Yes, and Sky, there's one that I want you to help me do.
Okay.
Celebrating the birthday of judge at the Adenta Circuit Court.
Beautiful.
She's also a traditional leader, Queen Mother.
Oh,
yes.
really?
And this one, I need you to do me the honors with her name. Want to wish her a happy birthday. So it's her court that I did one of my internships when I was in the law school.
Beautiful.
Yes, and this is Mama Bobby the Third.
Yes, Mama Bobby the Third.
The rest, Afeton
Nyonufia. Yes.
Of Ho
Bankwe. Yeah, Bankwe.
Asogli State.
Yes. Asogli State.
Yes.
Yes.
Her name is Angela Tachi. She's a circuit court judge in Adenta, and she was very helpful and gave us the motherly love we needed when we were doing our work with her. So I just want to wish her happy birthday. I've got a few more. A number of
I mean Mama is Mama. So when Mama is celebrating her birthday, because Mama is Mama.
Mama is Mama.
Yeah, Mama is Mama.
Yes, and she listens to the show.
Yes, Mama is Mama. Command so much glory, Mama. Angulado ufiadu fena nonyi tegbe ne amare chuhire ngure Yesu Kristo nto na fo wo degbe himana bu adoto elle vient elle abe wo nto o pe fiadu fere Yesu Kristo nto e honyi no dafuma yo tawo pom yo mia de to tawo pom yo nyunyo jino be o domaviore wava nyame yoka kokoreji.
Amen.
Le duyama.
Amen.
Le duokata magobo. Va mona va o fiadofa ava kpomu ya womnela. E no jeba afiacho na amayo na ngbegbe won lo. Wo fa fon dropare. Na we wonyan yika ajetefe. Wo je fiato e wo je gato.
Amen.
Yesu Kristo na yira.
Amen.
Amen.
So Mama Bobby, also my lady is listening. My lady Angela Tachi is listening from Sky. I didn't understand, but Mama, I know you understand. But I get the sense it's a prayer for blessings.
Yes.
So I have a few. Please indulge me. As a past student of Holy Child School, I just have a few things I want to do this morning. Celebrate a few of my big sisters who are doing amazing stuff. So Hopsa is celebrating a newly appointed Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice Enyonyam Adinyira of Hopsa 92. Enyonyam Adinyira of Hopsa 92. She was a purple printer and she was in St. Teresa's house. She's been appointed Court of Appeal judge. That was yesterday. We pray you continue to rise higher and higher. And as we say in Holy Child, action, not words, factor non-verbal.
Oh, I see.
Also,
beautiful. Congratulations to her.
Yes. Also, we have Dr. Na Dede Tego. She's etched her name in history as the first woman in Ghana to be promoted to Associate Professor of Geomatics with a specialization in photogrammetry and UAV applications at the University of Mines and Technology, UMAT. A big congratulations to her as well.
That's a huge one, yeah.
Still with HOPSA, Dr. Ohenewa Kakra Dankwa, HOPSA 2003. We celebrate you on your promotion to Associate Professor of Petroleum Engineering at the University of Mines and Technology, UMAT. And then we are not done yet. And then as HOPSA, we're also celebrating Professor Vera Fiado, who has also taken office as the first female president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG. Professor Fiado is also, she first achieved a historic milestone by becoming Ghana's first female full professor of finance. So that's a big woman. Congratulations.
Wow, congratulations. No, Acta November. The people, they are performing. They are not just talking.
The women.
No. With all these amazing strong women, the school can be self-financing.
Very good. I have a lot of love for UMAT. Because I studied there. Although it was for a short.
UMAT.
I studied there. They have some of the finest brains that you can ever think of. And the professor you were talking about UAV. Those are basically unmanned aerial vehicles. The drones that you see, which we are using to transform many industries and all of that. And UMAT is providing some leading light.
That's Dr. Nadede.
Exactly. They are teaching. They have some of the finest brains who are operating in that space. And they're helping train the next generation of people who understand the soil, the geography of the atmosphere, and many other things. And I think she's properly celebrated.
Yes. And then congratulations to Dr. Therestella Tay, founder of Therestella's Foundation, on her election as the national chairperson of the Community Practice Pharmacist Association, CPPA of Ghana, also HOPSA 2008. We are immensely proud of you, Factor November. We want to celebrate Factor November. We want to celebrate a woman and a pillar in our lives as HOPSA women. When I entered my first year, she was at the time the headmistress. A few days ago was her birthday, so happy belated birthday to Mrs. Ajiman, aka Najim. She's a former headmistress of Holy Child. Madam, you are truly an inspiration to our generation. May the Holy Child Jesus continue to be your guide, your strength, and all favor come to you. May his provision for you never run dry, and may your impact on us resonate with others.
But have you guys gone to have some secret meeting to take over all these spaces that
isn't the vice chancellor of the University of Ghana Hobson as well? Yes, he is actually. Professor Nanaba Apia Amfo.
It looks like we are looking away small.
The only children are taking over the nation.
It looks like we are.
know that.
Oh
wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's a big sister.
I mean, so much is happening in women empowerment. And they seem to be providing leadership in the space.
And the old people.
Oh no, we are. Why? I'm sitting here.
You are sitting there.
I'm telling me,
it's true.
Oh, but I'm not with you. Not getting the kind of do. You understand that? Very distinguished three-town, former student professors, doctors, lawyers.
At this rate, my daughter will attend Holy Child. My mother, who is an Archbishop Porter's girl, will not be happy with me
at all.
Yes, and the girl is 10 years old today. She is her 10th birthday. Licia Lorena Ajele Mohino of Cornerstone International Academy. We pray that the good Lord will continue to mold her and preserve her destiny from her brother Ryan, sister Kidlin, her mom Mami C, and dad Soa. Okay, so Kakra, you've made the girls, choice.
Yeah, so they should advance.
The father has already made a choice.
They should advance admission to her.
Streets.
Let's do this one quickly before just one more. Okay.
So before Abeku, Send me a memo and all that. Ghana, are you ready to win? First Bank Ghana says it's time to use and win. Here's how it works. From September 1 to 30th November, use the First mobile app or star 894 hash for your everyday transactions. Stand a chance of winning a cool 500 Ghana Citi cash every single week. You heard right, every single week First Bank Ghana is rewarding smart banking. The more you use the First mobile app or star 894 hash, the better your chances of winning. Use the same process to initiate an account opening process if you are not a member of us yet. Dial star 894 hash. Download First mobile app to initiate the process. 0596 921 921. First Bank, you first. Cowbell has always had you in mind, and today we bring you great news. Cowbell is offering you creamy goodness in 2 creamy variants: Cowbell Premium, Cowbell Vita Rich. Premium is rich in essential vitamins and minerals and packs a high protein boost of 23.6%. Perfect creamy companion for your porridge, cereal or beverage. Available in 23 grams at 4 Ghana Cedis, 360 gram sachet at 60 Ghana Cedis, 400 gram tin at 85 Ghana Cedi. Nutrition never tasted this good. Now meet Cowbell Vita Rich, fortified with vitamins A, B9, C, D, E, and K. It delivers creamy goodness and great value, whether in the handy 14 gram or 23 gram sachet at 2 Ghana Cedi, 3 Ghana Cedi 50 pesos respectively, or 360 gram big sachet or 400 gram tin at 50 Ghana Cedis and 75 Cedis respectively. Nourishment made affordable. There is a Cowbell for you. Cowbell, our creamy goodness.
Yes, and Caleb, kickstart your day with the irresistible chocolatey goodness of Twisco, enriched with Enerfort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including B, C, and D, and also iron and many more. At just 2 Ghana Cedis, you can treat yourself and your little ones to a rich, delightful, chocolatey taste of Twisco and power that dream. Simply mix with water, add milk, stir, and enjoy. The kids can't get enough of it. So why wait? Head to your nearest store and grab your Twisco 20 gram sachet, 400 gram sachet, or 400 gram tin today. Twisco, power your dream. You've been planning and waiting for the right time to make your move. Well, Stanbic Bank's rates have dropped, and this is the time. Take those bold steps to fund your dreams with a Stanbic personal loan, vehicle loan, consumer finance, solar loan, home loan, or credit card. Be unstoppable with Stanbic Bank. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh to get started. Stanbic Bank.
Now, if you're a customer of Enterprise, that's great. If not, then you're missing out on Enterprise Advantage Points, the loyalty program that rewards you for staying covered a smart way. With Enterprise Advantage Points, customers can rack up points and score awesome rewards just by making purchases, renewing policies, and more, all through their self-service portal or the Enterprise Advantage Point. So log in your account, access Advantage Points, and start earning points, rewards like airtime, Momo, and more. Visit myenterprisegroup.net.gh or download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Join the Enterprise family now and purchase a policy today to enjoy this exclusive offer. Enterprise Advantage Points, because nothing you do should be pointless. Enterprise is certainly your advantage. I'm learning also that the Ghana Institute of Engineers is having a woman take over as the executive director. So engineer Dr. Anyona Kpakpana is taking over as the new executive director of the Ghana Institute of Engineers. So the future is feminine. The women are winning everywhere.
Congrats.
Sky, today happens to be the birthday of the Butterfly Movement chief executive.
The butterfly, which of them? The
yellow butterfly.
The national butterfly.
The proper yellow butterfly.
Is that
Afro-Fronto?
Yes. Oh, you mean Alan Cash?
The chief himself.
Oh,
the jump for the boys.
Oh, Alan Cash.
Jump for the
Alan Cash.
He's a big man.
Oh, he's a big man.
Honorable Alan Kojo Chamati.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you, sir.
Former Minister for Trade.
Yes.
And Presidential Special Initiative.
Yes. It's coming from your special aide, Dr. Nanayao Educhu. The special aide's name is very interesting.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Dr. Nanayao Educhum.
Yes, Nanayao will negate all other matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one more from me. Belated happy birthday to a thought leader, author, and business executive, Madame Lucy Quist. Your remarkable journey from being the first Ghanaian woman CEO of a multinational telecom company to leading at Morgan Stanley continues to inspire us all. Wishing you another year of impact, leadership, and fulfillment. But Madame Lucy is not a Hobson. She went to Wesley Girls. Yes, those are our other sisters.
Very well. And the dedications are brought to you by MasterCard. Let's talk about convenience and safety when it comes to your money. And do you know that with MasterCard, you have the power to shop and make payments on the go? On lazy Saturdays, you can buy breakfast, lunch, and a snack and dinner all from your couch, all with your MasterCard. You can even shop locally and internationally with just a tap. And if you're out and about, pay by inserting your card, tapping or scanning. Leave cash in the parts, go to your bank and switch to MasterCard today to be on your way to something truly priceless. Okay, so again, I'm told Engineer Sophia Tijani has already been elected as president in waiting and should take over as president of the Ghana Institute of Engineers sometime in 2026.
Wow.
Okay, I'm confused. Is this different from the one I read earlier? Engineers.
This is engineers, so this is for. So there may be two different.
The first one is GHIE. That's what Ghana Institute of Engineers, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
The engineers are now confusing me.
Yeah, but I mean the point is that it's a woman who is taking over.
Yes.
And I think we need to celebrate all of these women, especially because you have a lot of kids who are on their way to school as we speak. They are with their mothers, their fathers, and many of them are girls. And listening to these celebrations, they also get to have the hope and the wish that sometime will come and they would also have their name celebrated on a national radio station or television for their own achievements. So when you go to schools today, this should be the turning point for you. Keep studying hard.
Yes.
When mommy says do something, do it. When daddy says do something,
deliver.
Do it.
Without question.
It's important.
Well, Kojo in East Legon has a message for our dear Hobsons. Says Caleb, tell the Hobsons we will marry them.
Oh, we love you.
They are super women. What?
Thank you. Thank you.
So I pick it over there,
I'll pick it, crowd.
Yeah. Happy birthday wishes to my brother Dennis J. Jumo. God bless you. This is coming from Nene Kofi Same to you. Okay, so the Ghana Institute of Engineering is abbreviated as GHIE. Okay, so that's fine. Thank you for that clarity. A lot has happened this week.
Yep.
From education to health to communications to Galamsey. We are told the president will be meeting CSOs later today on the Galamsey conversation. But there was a protest somewhere along the week that really caught my attention, and there were some voices that came up. People are demanding their payments because they've been working for over 10 months and they've not been paid at all, and they've decried their deteriorating living conditions, and they've been demanding fair payment, because if the people are taking care of our health, they're administering critical care to us when we are at our most vulnerable, we shouldn't pay them back with such the difficult situations where they're traveling from as far as Pantine to Konebu every day of the week, standing on their feet for so many hours, administering care to our very vulnerable, the weak, the young, the old, and the strong, who are now very sick, and they tend to be in a situation that it's not right. And so that particular protest caught my attention, and I think that we need to do more to compensate the people. This is what they have earned. This is what they deserve. And for 10 months, we are saying that we are struggling to validate them. I really couldn't come to terms with the possibility that people have gone 10 months working so hard in a critical sector such as health, and the teachers also have been complaining, and this has been going on for a long time. People have not been paid. I do not think it's fair.
I think it undermines everything that the Labour Act stands for.
it's a violation of the human rights of these workers as contained in our constitution and all the international treaties and protocols that we have signed. Upholding or promising that we'll be upholding the labor rights of our citizens and all of that. And I think that we as a people should bow our heads, in shame, because before you engage someone, you must have made the financial preparations for it. You must have known that you are taking in 6,000 or 20,000 more nurses.
Yeah.
There must have been clearance secured prior to that from the ministry responsible for finance, and we must have been sure that there are spaces to engage these new health professionals, and we must be sure in our minds that it is part of our responsibility to properly constitute them so that when they go into the hospital wards, they will not be left wondering, thinking about how to pay their their rent, how to pay their bills, electricity, how to buy food to eat, how to transport themselves from work to the house or from the house to work. All of these things, if the person is not properly constituted, he or she may be driven to make one mistake or the other that may prove to be costly. So I don't find that we are being responsible as a nation, because you enrolled the person onto the public pay system. You said that, look, we have the spaces there, we want to engage you. You must have spoken to the ministry responsible for finance. So it would be expected that once you engage all of these processes and got the person onto the public payroll, funding must be released. The Controller and Accountant General's Department must make sure that what payment is made. But where we are told that people have been working for 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, and they have not been paid, I mean, seriously. I mean, if you are the Controller and Accountant General and you've not been paid for 10 months, is that something that you will like? If you are the Minister responsible for finance and for 10 months, you have not been paid. Of course, other things that come with the office are not coming. I mean, can you survive that? I mean, imagine. I mean, I watched a video of a young lady who we are told works at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
Yeah.
She was in white yesterday.
Yeah.
Fair young lady talking passionately about the sheer stress and frustration that she is having to endure merely because she is working for the Republic and she's not being paid for the past 10 months. Can't pay her rent. Uses something in the region of 45 Ghana cedis to get to work.
Okay. Her landlord is breathing down her neck.
The landlord is coming for her. I mean, this is a young girl coming out of, a health training institution, employed at Kolebu, comes to work from Pantang every single day that she's on duty. Please play the voice.
So let's listen to this nurse.
On the government to pay us. We've been working for 10 good months, no salary. Personally, my rent expired in 15th August. I've not been able to pay. My landlord is always asking, when are you paying? I'll be like, they'll pay us, please give me time. I stay at Pantang. I wake up Kolebu. I take transportation, 42 cedis to work every day. How do they expect me to get that money to come to work? You go to work, doctors will write. Check patients' vitals, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Do RBS, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You bath patients, you tend patients every 4 hours. I'm doing all this just for the minister to tell me that he appreciates the work that I'm doing. Appreciation, babe. I don't understand. Which form of appreciation? How can somebody work and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough. I'm tired. That is enough. They kept me rent as so 15. What the ground? I don't know. You can't even ask somebody for money. The moment you test somebody, the person will be like, you're coming for money. And the person will be giving you excuses.
When we started work, it was actually a total number of 13,500 that were recruited out of the 15,200 financial clearances. And it was in April 2025 that some of our colleagues started receiving their salaries. And as we speak now, a little over 6,500 have been paid, but the remaining, who are close to 7,000, are yet to receive a salary over 10 months now. We have made series of follow-ups to our employer, the Ministry of Health. Initially, the Ministry of Health communicated to us that the financial clearance that was used to pay some of our colleagues, ours has expired, which was new to us. But the ministry communicated that it has written to the Ministry of Finance to extend the clearance so that we would be paid as well. We have made series of follow-ups to the Finance Ministry as well, but they are not trying to be clear with us. They are trying to hide some things from us. We've engaged our employer, the Ministry of Health, still no positive feedback. We have had a press conference and we issued an ultimatum to the government that if by September 2025 we don't hear anything from the government, then the government is definitely going to hear from us. Last week we were in Tamale, Northern Region. We did a peaceful demonstration. We submitted a petition to the president through the Northern Regional Minister at the Northern Regional Coordinating Council. Since then, the ministries have called us, but then we have not had any positive feedback as to when they are going to pay us.
Wama mezanga mekakirawa, wama mezanga mekakirawa. Wama mezanga mekakirawa, wama mezanga. Abusuma biya mekakirawa, ebe meji mekakirawa. Ofiye uradi ekura me hamiyo. 26. Ofiye uradi owa no start chop you say. Okaso Jonathan. Ejina samusu obon kaye aka 4 days na aso.
So Stephen Kojo Techia is the voice we heard at the tail end. He's the convener of the Unpaid Nurses and Midwives Coalition. And earlier you heard a lady tear-drenched appealing for her 10-month salary to be paid. We have the reaction of the sector minister, Kwabena Minta Akando, who said that they are working with the finance ministry to settle the arrears of the nurses and the midwives.
We appreciate the challenges you are going through, but we as a Ministry of Health will continue to work closely with the Ministry of Finance until all of you are paid. And so I have heard a lot of you screaming when. With the greatest of respect, allow me to get back to my colleague, the Minister for Finance. Let's put our heads together so that we can give you the final, deadline. I do not want to stand here and give you a time and say next week, and when it's not being fulfilled, it will be construed as we have also, disappointed.
So, Minister of Health Kwabena Minta Akando there addressing the protesting nurses and midwives who obviously are who actually said that they were not, satisfied by the assurances given that he's going to liaise with the finance minister to settle the arrears of more than 10 months, because they say that the worker deserves his wage and that the ox that is at work should not be muzzled. So you get that. Do not muzzle an ox while it is, treading out the grain, because these nurses and midwives are delivering or dispensing very critical services that is core to the well-being of the nature. I see doctors.
Yes. So Junior Doctors Association, they have just issued a press statement dated the 2nd day of October 2025. Says withdrawal of services by Junior Doctors Association of Ghana.
It says the Junior Doctors Association of Ghana announces that its members will embark on a nationwide withdrawal of services following months of neglect and unfair treatment of some of its members. Now, over 200 junior doctors have worked for over 10 to 14 months without salaries. Moreover, several medical officers who were previously on payroll have had their salaries stopped without explanation. We also have over 800 medical officers who have been awaiting posting for the past 1 year, 4 months. Now, despite repeated engagements with authorities and goodwill shown towards the government, no solutions have been found. Now, the Junior Doctors Association therefore directs as follows: that all members should, 1, withdraw all outpatient services effective Tuesday, the 7th day of October 2025 to Thursday, the 9th day of October 2025. And then the second is that withdraw emergency services effective Friday, the 10th day of October 2025 until further notice. However, patients will continue to be managed until discharge, but no new cases will be admitted. Now, the association wishes to make it clear that the continued exploitation of junior doctors would no longer be tolerated. The responsibility for any disruption of healthcare services lies squarely with the Ministry of Health and the government of Ghana. We call on all stakeholders to act immediately to resolve these issues. It's signed by Dr. Louis, I believe, Afi, or Ifia Nkrumah, who is the president of the JDA, which is the Junior Doctors Association, and then also Dr. Rhoda Amadou, who is the general secretary of the Junior Doctors Association. So it is not only the nurses who
and
are
midwives.
Yeah, that's right.
And we are told over 200 of them have worked for 10 to 14 months without salaries.
Exactly.
Wow. It's becoming challenging.
You know, I think there's something that our governments have to appreciate. That if you play with someone's salary, right, what you're doing is basically to keep the person's brain out of work. Because look, even for many of us who are on salaries here and there, I mean,
it's not easy.
It is not easy. You understand? Things
are not adding up.
The take home is not taking you home.
Things are chasing you left, right, and center. Sometimes, even as you are on air, something is popping up, and it has to be sorted out.
Get the message, uncle.
How much more someone who has left her village somewhere in Kukurin to me, come to Accra, has rented someone's property, and she's not living on the premises of within the premises of the hospital.
She has to commute
all the way from
different
Pantang.
Community.
45 Ghana cedis
a day
to get to work. And you see, the person is not doing just any kind of work, taking care of people who are unwell. Now, if you are absent-minded in a hospital environment for just a second, you can kill someone.
Negligence.
You can administer the wrong medication or make the wrong prescription. Because your wife is coming after you from the house, your kids' school fees have to be paid, or you have to pay the rent, as the lady narrated. And she's also thinking about how to get back home. And there are bills to pay, electricity, water, to buy food. And if you cannot pay such a person, I mean, how much is the money? And how long does it take to interrogate the numbers? Be sure of exactly. We now have a national ID system now. The margins people have given us a fantastic system that other countries are copying. And we are told that they have been able to develop a system that should make it possible for us as a country to know who is taking what salary for what purpose. Identify the people, ensure that they are properly validated, because we are talking biometrics.
No one can steal your biometrics. As in, nobody can come in and take your biometrics and use it for a purpose for himself that the system will not catch. Because your biometrics are unique to you.
Yeah.
So if we have developed such a system, it should be seamless to identify who is a doctor, who is now a doctor, who has been enrolled, and who has not been enrolled. And this should not take forever. So I am really, really sad this morning hearing the young lady and also hearing from the doctors complain about something that should be routine, that should be dealt with without any ceremony. We don't need demonstrations, and this thing has been going on for far too long.
It's become an annual ritual.
The people sitting at the Ministry of Finance, the ones sitting at the Ministry of Health, I mean, can't they go without a salary for a day or a month? They can't. They will raise hell in this country. So people getting out of the universities, the health training institutions, who some of them, look, their parents went to borrow money, right? The community came together in some cases to pay for their education, expecting that when they graduate, the pressure will ease. There are others that follow them. They are back in the universities. They are back in school. Their parents are turning their attention to those ones too. Now that you have become a doctor, now that you have become a nurse, you are still asking your father or your mother to continue. People get tired.
And look at the funniest part is we struggle to pay salaries of these young ones. And we find it easier to add ghost names and pay people to the payroll to people who are dead. We find it easier to pay them. But the people who are alive, we can't pay them. What kind of country are we running?
That's what I was going to ask you, because it's like we have a system. Entry is a difficulty. There are about 691 pharmacists who also say they've been trained after school. They are home. They've not been employed, so they are there. Put together in the health sector, I'm told there are about 70,000 people who are yet to be employed or posted, basically. And then you have those who have been posted, worked for 10 months, they've not been paid. And then you have ghosts also, who are taking the earnings. Is there a challenge we have with the system we've put in place that we are not able to detect some of these things, have a smooth onboarding and then off-taking? So for those who are out of the system, we quickly take them out of the system. Because don't forget, we've had a huge exodus of our trained professionals who leave this country for better prospects out there. And for many, they really want to stay here, work their, toil and serve the nation, and then just earn decent living. They are not asking for privileges.
I mean, look, we are media people. We are media people. And here, this company that we all work for, do you know how people conduct themselves when salaries delay for even 1 week? Even 1 week. 1 week. So for somebody who is working and has not been paid
10 months
for 10 months, I mean, it's you see, it moves away from being an administrative issue. Is a human rights issue. Yes. How do we expect them to? So when we hear them take menial offerings from other countries, how do we blame them?
They will leave.
A
lot of them have been leaving to go do care and other things.
Yeah, we need to take it seriously. We need to take it more seriously than this. And, allowing them to be on the streets before we pretend that we are dealing with the issue, at times is draining. It's just draining. Because, look, some of them are mothers, some of them are fathers. And how do you brand yourself as an employed person, health service worker or health delivery, whatever, nurse, pharmacist, and yet you wake up in the morning, you go to work, and yet nothing comes into the kitty? I think it's something that we need to take it more seriously.
It's tough. Not only are the nurses and midwives complaining, they talked about 10 months salary delay. If you go to the teacher's side, they say theirs has delayed for 13 months. I'm sure when they meet, they will complain.
I think what we are doing as a country is that we are making these things look normal. And then they will tell you that, that's how the system works. The system, it takes time. I mean, which system? which system, properly so called, and I'm talking about equipment that we pay so much money for, and it can only churn out the outcomes that we are expecting after 10 months, and you expect people to work and deliver.
No, someone must take charge and actually ensure that these things are dealt with as soon as possible. I heard the Deputy Finance Minister, in trying to assure the teachers, tell them that their 13-month salary arrears will be included in the 2026 budget presentation. And I wonder, how does this work? I mean, their salaries have delayed. You have an arrears of 10 months. You've prepared a budget somewhere much. So is there any gap? Is there a reason why we have to wait to 2026 before we can capture their concerns in a budget? Can we engineer some financial something and sort these young people out?
There is always some money set aside for, to deal with contingencies like this, if we can even call it that. I mean, we always find money to go and pay at this funeral, chief of staff, office, the presidency. They are giving this money to support this person, that person. I mean, we find money for all kinds of things. These are people who are handling lives. So I don't even expect the kind of perfunctory commentary we are hearing from officialdom. We should expect that they will treat this matter with urgency, because we are talking about this thing within a week, where our Public Accounts Committee heard stories of, in some cases, people who have died for 26 months. The system ought to know. In some cases, some of the people went there to attend their funeral, ate their funeral food. Most likely,
jollof with smoke inside,
with dawa, and came back home and still decided that those people deserve to be paid. Pure criminality. You can't be a country that is allowing that to pass. At the moment that proceeding ended, you would have expected that there will be prosecutorial action.
Quick.
You understand? Quick. You can't be hearing that in the same week as workers have worked for 10, 14 months and they have not been paid.
No,
that is completely unacceptable. Certainly not acceptable.
They will add it to the budget.
We call on the Chief of Staff's office to intervene in this matter. There has got to be a directive issued, a timeline given as to how this matter should be treated with this part, because things are hard. People are starving, people are struggling. It's not easy.
And you see, we've been to communities.
I want to ask Sky a question, especially because of his experience in parliamentary reporting. Doesn't the Public Accounts Committee have the powers of a high court?
Yes, so in respect of summoning people to come, demanding documents from them and examining them on oath and all of that. And of course, at the end of the day, they make recommendations to Parliament, and the House would have to either reject their recommendations or approve of the same. Sometimes they include, call on the Attorney General's Department to prosecute in appropriate cases.
So in this case, that would be appropriate.
Yeah, so we'd expect. I think the chairperson is showing some leadership, although I have difficulty with what appears to be institutional misalignment, because she was the former of state responsible for finance, right? And the government changes, and some of these things happened under the tenure of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. If you look at it, it would seem that there's some conflict. I would have expected, someone else to handle that portfolio. But she's doing a fantastic job. But these ethical issues would naturally arise because of what the universal principles are.
Well, I want to bring you the voices of some of the teachers too who poured out onto the streets in protest, demanding that their 13-month salaries are paid. Some of your messages are in as well. I will just bring you some of the messages quickly before I bring you that voice. So let's start from here. I think the salaries and allowances of all the sector heads, health minister, his HR team, directors at the Ghana Health Service and Ministry of Health, etc., who are responsible for the onboarding process of these nurses, should be withheld until this issue of non-payment of salaries for 10 months is resolved. You didn't add your name. Good morning. We pay huge bonuses to footballers, yet those providing essential services like doctors, nurses, and our teachers are not paid. How many countries pay these bonuses for players representing their country? We should stop tournament bonuses and rather sign an agreement with players that if they win a trophy, we pay. Echo has issues. No, he's really had issues with the bonuses that players get. Good morning, Caleb. To add to Sky's comment, after all this, you sometimes have to bribe people at the Controller Accountant General's Department to process your salaries and make sure they are paid. Something you have worked and earned. I am a doctor and I know what I'm saying. Teresa sent that from Kolibu. That's sad. That must be dealt with. Richard and Caleb, they are paying dead people and neglecting the living. Are we okay? Are we okay? Nana is asking a question. We are paying dead people, neglecting the living. Richard, the biometric system in salary is working, but still there are big loopholes in the system. You didn't add your name. Yeah, from Berlin sends this comment and says there are too many. There's too much chaos that has been normalized in Ghana. It's
chaos.
It says chaos. There's too much chaos.
It's for emphasis.
Okay. It's now, children are learning, so it's now become normal not to receive your salary for 12 months if you're a nurse or a teacher in Ghana. People look at these things and they rather do cleaning for 1,900 euros a month than dress up to a job in Ghana and not get paid for a year. Yeah, I'll send that from Berlin. Yeah, thank you. Stephen from Vanessa says the word is disrespect. To not pay someone for 10 months, it's utter disrespect. If you think the person isn't giving you the value needed to pay them, fire them. But to keep them working and not pay for good 10 months, that's wickedness and disrespectful. Good morning, CDFM. A friend who works with the Nursing and Midwifery Commission told me just last week about the rot at the Ghana Health Service. Over thousands of nurses have traveled out of the country, but ghost accounts have been created for them, and the corrupt officials, you say, are responsible for that. There's a message here that says that I'm an HR in the public sector for about 6 years. I've been an HR in the public sector for about 6 years, and I can tell you that employing people in the public sector goes through a lot of steps. Before Ministry of Finance pays salaries, they give financial clearance to a state-owned company before new people are employed. So this is how it goes. The Ministry of Health will request through a letter or memo that it wants to employ, say, 200 nurses in January. Ministry of Finance will then reply and either approve or not allow. If approved, then the institution will employ the nurses. Then the Ministry of Health will attach the approval letter to the Ministry of Finance for them to be put on the government payroll. So the question is, where is the financial clearance from the Ministry of Finance before they were employed? Because it could be that they were just asked to come and work and somebody will work out the clearance. But thank you for this comment, but it's been 10 months. How many years do you need to get financial clearance for people you have employed when clearly you have planned for them, you've requested for their letters, they've approved, they've gone through all the process. After 10 months, there must be, I think this is a part of the public sector that also needs some serious reset, and someone must be responsible for coordinating the data, onboarding and payment of same, so we don't have people in compromising situation, people who are in critical sectors of the economy.
What makes it troubling is that the government has a responsibility to enforce our laws, right? Yeah. Enforcement of laws would require you, the person seeking to enforce the laws, to act in a responsible way, first of all, so that people will hold your examples out and say, oh, the government is doing its part. So those in the private sector, they must follow, due process as well. If the government is not paying people on time, if after 10 months, people have worked for 10 months, in some cases years, and they have not been paid, if some private sector company is sitting in Agbogboshi, and people are working there for years and they are not being paid, how are you, the government, the Minister for Labor Relations, going to go after those people? Do you understand what? Exactly. Because people are working, you are not paying them.
Can the government be sued?
As in what?
legal remedies, for these people who have not been paid for 10 months?
Force the government to pay.
Oh no, of course. I mean, they know you don't want to be providing legal advice on radio on this, but I mean, those are matters that come within the ambit of the Labor Act.
This one,
small question, I this man. Is there legal advice in the government? This man. This man.
Okay.
I mean,
no, teachers are suffering. They are calling on you.
They can sue.
Yes.
To which end?
It will.
You see, what the court will, the best thing the court will say is to the court to instruct the government to pay their money. That's the.
When the payment is where the issue is. Yeah. So the protest, not just say.
And the government has not said they won't pay. So if you go to the court, it's like going through the motions. The court says, government, pay the money. Then government say yes.
Okay, we will pay the money. Then they go back to normal.
Then they will change the minister and bring another minister. Then
you also come and
give
show
me 3 months. I assure you.
We are working with the health finance ministry.
No, I think that again, what our politics too has done to our public service has weakened the structures of the public service, because you see, we have over the years hijacked the decision making powers of these public servants, and politicians have taken, if you go to education ministry, what maybe 20-30 years ago the typical officer at Ministry of Education will be doing, now it's a political appointee who does it and reports directly to a minister. You go to all the ministries. So once there's change in government, there's a disconnect, and discontinuation, and things take so long to reset themselves. And that's what we are seeing.
I'm still looking at avenues for pushback and remediation for these people. What is organized labor's role in all this? I mean, yes, we get it. The people the teachers and nurses are dealing with directly is the health ministry, education ministry, and most importantly, the finance ministry. But it appears to me that very often when these young people pour out there, it is they and the media, and the next day another story comes up and issues end up. I don't really hear organized labor talk much about these concerns, in fighting for these workers, labor, young forces in the labor. I don't hear much.
For me, what is even more worrying is listening to these voices of these nurses, majority that are female. Okay, and this morning we were having a conversation with Pastor Mauli, trying to understand how it is to live as a woman. And there are basic things that you need. So for instance, my needs as a woman will be different from yours, because I have menstruation every month. I've got to deal with hormones. I'm the one who's going to get pregnant and have a baby. My body is going to go through these changes, etc., etc. This is a profession where majority are female. And we are putting them in a situation where their backs are against the wall. We're putting them in a situation that makes them more vulnerable than they already are. Makes them vulnerable to all sorts of pressures. Makes them easy prey to all sorts of situations and all sorts of predators and all sorts of intentions. I mean, you ask yourself, where do they go from here? What do you do? Your back is against the wall. Your landlord is putting pressure on you that the rent has expired and you have to pay. You have to make the next payment. You're trying to figure out 45 Ghana cedis a day on transportation.
And that's trotro, because if you're moving from Pantan to Kolebu, it has to be trotro.
Okay.
That's very stressful.
How is this person supposed to contribute their bit to this society, to this world? How are they supposed to get into their creative energies and give out their best in whatever they are doing, whether it is their work or their education? I think that it's really unfair to exist in such a situation. We are existing in a tale that is such a paradox, that dead people can be paid
and the living neglected for 10 to 11 months.
For me, I think it's disappointing once again to think about the Ghanaian society. You know, it's riddled with corruption, it's riddled with insensitivity. I think that duty bearers have a role to play. Duty bearers, Sky was talking about the possibility of an emergency fund, that you can step in with and resolve the situation. 10 months.
So that you don't have to wait for 26
exactly,
26
12
budget.
months in a year.
Oh, come on.
And if for 10 months you've worked and you have nothing to show for it, you can't even cater for the basics, then what's the point? I think our honorable duty bearers should show some sensitivity and do what has to be done.
Very important call. We are trying and we are highlighting actually the appeal and the plight of our friends and brothers and sisters who are in the health care, education, and indeed public sector whose earnings have not been paid for close to 10 months. They're demanding immediate payment, and that's one concern that has caught our attention, because we do know that a good number of them, there's been a huge exodus of some of our very critical human capital seeking greener pastures, not often necessarily because they want to leave, but some of these situations put them in difficult positions, and they tend to leave to go do other menial jobs that necessarily may not augur well for them, given all the training that they've had over the years. Let's get some answers from the ministry. Tony Goodman speaks for the Ministry of Health. He joins us on the line. Good morning. Thank you for joining us, Tony Goodman.
Good morning, my brother.
So, can you confirm for us, in fact, the number of healthcare workers across the sector, whether nurses, junior doctors, pharmacists, who have worked for 10 months and not been paid? Do you have some data on them?
Thank you very much. Good morning to our listeners. Caleb, I hope this will not be an accident soon. But let me say that we have inherited a lot of health workers who were not paid. You remember when the new administration took over, the directive was that some workers should be asked to go home because they were put on the payroll late. In the health sector, they were given financial clearance around August 2024. And within the period, I think by December, it got expired. So these 13,500 nurses were asked to go home, but the Minister for Health thought that it can make some concession for them. So government agreed that let's keep these nurses at post. So we processed their salaries gradually and got about 7,000 paid. 3,000 were also put on the payroll. We are left with 3,500 to be onboarded onto the payroll system. They also have to go to the hologram system, and then they are also catered for. We had about close to 1,000 pharmacists who, for them, they have finished working, they have finished their service, but they did not receive any salary. I can tell you that these pharmacists have received their salaries. We had some medical officers who were caught up in the same web. They have been paid. Currently, we have some officers doing their house jobs who are also calling for their salaries to be paid. But I'm sure, and I can tell you that the Minister for Health and his colleague at Ministry of Finance are dealing with it. And very soon we'll see an end in sight in some of those things.
Right,
as medical doctors, I can tell you that we've gotten indication that it was just a mess-up. I think it was cleared earlier, but there was some mess-up, so it will be dealt with.
So to be clear, with the junior doctors, you're going to fix this because there's been a mix-up?
Yes, please. Yes. So, I'm sure. You know, the whole health worker cadre was just put together, and everybody who actually was not part of the financial clearance got hooked up in this. So as of yesterday, we've dealt with it. The clear numbers, those who have been paid and those who are currently are supposed to be paid, are clearly known now.
So, to be clear, what's the outstanding number of healthcare workers who are owed?
So 3,500 nurses, and then the number for the junior doctors, I don't have offhand, but I can tell you that it's been taken care of. It's been taken care of.
And this 3,500 nurses includes the midwives as well?
Yes, please.
So, really, when are they going to be paid? We heard the minister say that he's working with the finance minister to get clearance and all. If they've been working for 10 months, help us understand the clearance process. How long should or does clearance process take such that people can be working for 10 months without pay?
Yes, that is unfortunate. I sympathize with my colleague nurses. It's as a result of not having a valid clearance. You know, you plan and then put the person on the payroll, but because of the situation they find themselves in during the transition, they didn't have clearance, and then we had to now do a new clearance for them. So I think that is where it's not a normal clearance because of the transition, the rush in making sure that those who were home, because they've been in home for about 5 years, rushing them to be put on. We have another close to 70,000 also at home because we've not been recruiting for that 5 years. It got a bit murky, but I can tell you that the minister's assured he's going to work with a colleague and then this matter will be resolved.
Well, Goodman, this is not entirely a new problem. It seems recurrent every other year. And I'm sure as this government has pledged to reset the nation, it is in the consciousness of the minister to find a permanent solution to this recurring problem where we have a backlog of, trained recent graduates who are not employed, and those who are employed too. We have backlog of arrears and payments and all of that. When you speak to the minister, what is his mindset towards finding an effective solution to this permanently?
So the minister's resolve to this whole matter is that until financial clearance is given, people are put on the payroll, don't post them. Let's get the financial clearance. Let's work in getting all the stuff we want. Get them to various places. Let's receive their documentation for payment. In the past, what we do is that we know the number of nurses who have completed. We know the number of doctors who have completed. So it's automatic. Immediately you are completed, we receive your data for your regulator. We just process you, hoping the Ministry of Finance will send us your financial clearance for us to process. So we do that, and then it gets to finance and say, we have not prepared for you. You've not informed us that you are going to recruit this number of, even though it's in your budget, you need to get us informed for us to prepare for you before you onboard them. You have not done that, so it will take time for you to receive your financial clearance. So the minister is saying that let's stop all these traditional things. Make sure that you get financial clearance for whoever you want to employ before you continue. And I believe that is also going to be another issue, because until financial clearance, we are no more going to recruit.
Right.
We are not going to put people
Tony,
on the payroll.
thank you. The final question would be, can you confirm if the ministry has received financial clearance for these brothers and sisters who poured out in protest? Have you received financial clearance from the finance ministry to
for
pay
the
them?
3,000 out of the 3,500.
So it's a yes. Out of 13,000, you have financial clearance for 3,500.
No, we don't have. We have requested for financial clearance for them. We've gotten 7,000. We've put them on the payroll. They have received their salary. We are waiting for the rest. 3,000 hologram, 3,500 financial clearance. So that's what the ministry is waiting for now.
Okay, thank you. We'll keep an eye on this and we'll stay in touch. Hopefully, this gets resolved as quickly as possible. Tony Goodman speaks for the Ministry of Health. So, a lot of issues with this particular one, and there's some in the education side as well. But I have a few announcements for your attention. Please lend me your attention. Let me take care of this one. Have you ever imagined owning your dream house and paying within 5 years with absolutely no interest? And on top of that, you drive home in your very own electric car with over 3,000 kilometer range. It's not just a dream, it's the magic of Afro-Arab Properties. We are best known for building the most affordable, accessible and quality homes in Ghana. And we are rewarding our clients with amazing extras from 1, 2, 3 to 4 bedroom homes. Afro-Arab Properties has you covered at prime locations including Manette, Spentex, East Legon Hills, Antor, Ashadeboche, Tama Community 25, Old Ningo, Amasaman, Apollonia, Manjo, and more. So don't miss this big opportunity to own your home today. Call 0551 753 231. Visit www.afroarabproperties.com. And this October, Northern Ghana takes center stage. Get ready for the Northern Business Fair 2025, the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana in the Savannah, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From hand-woven smokes and intricate crafts to modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made in Ghana products. Thriving homegrown businesses. It's a vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM. This is the biggest trade fair showcasing Ghanaian SMEs, startups, research bodies, and indigenous brands making waves across the nation. And the date is Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th October 2025. Tamale Sports Stadium is the venue, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. 0205 973 973 is the number to call to book space if you want to exhibit. Don't just hear about it, see it, experience it, and live it. The Northern Business Fair, your market, your connections, your growth. Northern Business Fair 2025, powered by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM.
Yes, and Young Vita infant cereal with milk is making feeding time for babies 6 months and above easy. With 3 delicious flavors, rice, wheat, and maize and wheat, baby gets a variety of cereals. Young Vita infant cereal is enriched with Nutri-V, which contains 16 essential vitamins and minerals, including zinc, iron, and calcium. We recommend you only add previously boiled water, stir, and experience the joy of feeding baby. Yes, that's right. Young Vita is offering you value for money. Young Vita, good nutrition for a strong start. This advert is FDA approved. And are you looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Well, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. If you're craving something exotic, then Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. And for a sweet and juicy treat, grab your grapefruit drink. And don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangy fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at a local store. You can also call 0550-032-231. Piva Beverages, the taste you love.
At Access Bank, rewarding our customers is at the heart of what we do. That's why we've introduced Rewards by Access, a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you are a frequent flyer or a regular shopper or managing daily family, personal or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com is the line, is the website to visit. 0800 004400. Call that toll-free number for more details. Access Bank, more than banking.
Yes, and Zenith Bank Ghana is 20 years old. The board, management and staff of Zenith Bank Ghana extend their profound gratitude to you, valued customers, partners, stakeholders and friends, for 20 years of banking excellence. It's been 2 decades of impact and a lifetime of shared growth, and you have been at the heart of our journey. We say thank you for your unwavering trust, loyalty and support. Here's to the next 20 years and beyond of even greater possibilities with you. Thank you for banking with us. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
And before I come to you, Kakra, because on the education sector too, many concerns came up during the week. However, it's winning season again this time, and we're not just chasing them, we're collecting them. Luckiest is back. Grab your phone, dial star 712#, choose option 1 to buy a ticket for yourself, option 2 to buy for someone else. If you want the system to generate a lucky ticket for you, go with option 1 again. If you prefer to choose your own ticket, option 2 is what you go for. Confirm with Momo and you're in. Go online, do the luckiestafrica.com and register if you want to do the online way. Tap on community tickets to either pick your own lucky number or let the system choose for you. You can buy a ticket for someone else too. When it's time to pay, use Momo if you're in Ghana. Pay with your card if you're abroad. Luck is everywhere. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, there is more.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Champions are made in the grind, in the quiet, in the storms that test their roots. But once a year, the champions gather, not to compete, but to ignite, to refuel, to rise higher. The arena is charged and the heavens move. Now, the wait is over. Happening this October 16th to 19th, when Champions Gather comes off at the KICC Dominion Center off the Spintex Road, Accra. Thursday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Saturday at 10 a.m. Sunday at 8 a.m. The theme, Rooted. Come and experience the dynamic and powerful ministry of Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Reverend Steve Mensah. Got teens and kids? We've got them covered. There will be homework support, PJ Movie Night, and Super Sunday Fun. Free transport from Coca-Cola Roundabout. When Champions Gather 2025. Thursday, 16th October to Sunday, 19th October. Be there. Come with your family. Be rooted. Be unstoppable. Be fruitful.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Wake up, have a great day, yeah. With nourishing cowbell premium milk and cowbell Vita Rich, nourishment for you. There's a cowbell milk for you, for you, for you. Cowbell Vita Rich and cowbell premium.
Introducing the new Cowbell Premium Milk, high in protein, and the new Cowbell Vita-Rich, enriched with vitamin B9, both so creamy. Now there's a Cowbell for you.
Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
This advert is FDA approved.
Have you imagined buying a house on an interest-free plan and getting a car for free? Well, Afro Arab Properties, best known for building the most affordable quality homes, has hit another milestone of rewards. Are you looking for your dream home today? Afro Arab Properties will definitely show the way. These homes are in 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom options located at Manet Spintex, East Legon Hills, Santor, Ashalibotre, Tema Community 25, Old Ningo, Amasaman, Apollonia, and more. Even better, you have a 5-year payment plan without interest. And the big one, purchase a home from some Afro Arab Properties projects and get an electric car for free. Yes, an electric car that can go 300 kilometers on a full charge. So don't miss this big offer from Afro Arab Properties. Just call 055-175-3231 or 0244-109-133. Terms and conditions apply. Afro Arab Properties. At Afro Arab, everyone can buy a house.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
9:27, we have joining us in studio Global Freedom Network, Faith in Action Against Modern Slavery. What is that about? There's a big conference coming and the launch of the Global Slavery Index. Did you know about that? Global Slavery Index. Who do I have in the studio? Franca Pellegrini. Did I get it right?
Thank you. Yes,
Franca,
you did.
you're welcome.
Thanks,
Franca Pellegrini sounds Italian.
It is.
Oh, okay. You're the director of Global Freedom Network at Walk Free.
Correct.
Okay, you're welcome. You're here together with the president of Challenging Heights, James Kofi Anna. James, Franca, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, Franca, first, is this your first time in Ghana?
No, I've been here many times.
You've been here a number of times.
Yes.
You're a friend of Ghana. What do you enjoy most when you're here?
The weather.
Oh, nice. It is actually really cool. So let's talk about the modern slavery issue, right? What is it exactly and how does it manifest in today's world?
Sure. So modern slavery is an umbrella term covering human trafficking, debt bondage, forced labour, child and forced marriage. It also includes sexual exploitation, state imposed forced labour, and the worst forms of child labour. It occurs when a person's freedom to control their body or work is taken through threats, violence, coercion and abuse of power, leaving them unable to refuse or escape exploitation.
That's a very broad one and cuts across very sensitive and key areas. So now we have the Faith in Action Against Modern Slavery Conference. Tell us about it and why is it significant that this is held in Ghana this year and what are we trying to achieve?
Sure. So we, the Global Freedom Network, has been working in Ghana since 2019.
Right.
And we've been building trusted relationships with faith leaders, community leaders, civil society and government. And last year we celebrated 10 years of GFN, which is, uniting faith voices worldwide to confront modern slavery. And the Faith in Action Conference on the 8th of October at Kopensky is an expression of our commitment. It's not just another gathering. It's a platform where faith leaders, state actors and civil society share knowledge and co-create strategies. It's hosted in Ghana. It's especially meaningful for us as it honours the leadership of Ghanaian partners such as Challenging Heights and highlights the region's vital voice in the global fight against modern slavery.
That's very important. We spoke earlier about the global slavery index. For those who are hearing this about for the first time, tell us a bit about it. Why it's an important tool in the global fight against modern slavery?
Sure. So the global slavery index was established to accelerate efforts to end modern slavery by raising awareness of its scale, drivers and solutions, setting a baseline to track progress and hold governments accountable for their inaction. But also it's very important to us as it underpins all our advocacy work. So whether that's through faith leaders, government or business, we always look to the GSI.
Let me bring in James, Challenging Heights. James, good to see you. And from your work, you've dealt with a lot of survivors and vulnerable communities. How do the numbers reflect the reality on the ground in Ghana? What's the picture?
Well, thank you, and I will say good morning to your listeners. You know, Ghana has various laws against modern slavery in this country. You know, we have the human trafficking law, which was passed in 2005. We also have the LI that was also passed in 2015. We have the Children's Act. I mean, there are a lot of laws. Even within, you know, the laws or within the institutions, we have a number of policies that addresses the issue. Unfortunately, we still have a lot of people who are caught up in modern slavery. I mean, if you go to our Galamsey site right now, you can see the amount of children, who are caught up in slavery. Just about a few weeks ago, we, together with the police, rescued 25 girls who were forced in prostitution in illegal mining sectors in this country. You go to Water Lake and there are over 20,000 children who are caught up in modern slavery on the lake alone.
20,000?
20,000. We have 1 in every 5 girls who are forced in marriage, which is all part of this modern slavery we're talking about. So, yes, we have the laws, we have the institutions, we have all the frameworks, but there is weak enforcement, there is weak implementation, therefore the problem still persists. And that is why it's very important that all of us have to come together to address this
So
issue.
I see why the network of, private sector, government, civil society and communities, I see why it's become very important for us to come together and do it. So what does all these numbers mean for us moving forward? I get it, but just throw some lights there for us.
Well, moving forward, I think that government would have to take concrete action. You have heard me all over this country talking about the need for government to increase support for state institutions to do their work. So, for instance, I was calling for increased budgetary allocation to the anti-human trafficking unit of Ghana Police Service in order for them to be equipped to do their work well. We have a human trafficking fund which is not working because there's no money in it.
Human trafficking fund,
there's no money in it. We have the human trafficking secretariat, which is under the Ministry of Gender, which is weak because there's not resource. There are a lot of these things that are there. All we are calling for now is government to take concrete action together with partners. Civil society organizations will do our best, but if government does not take the lead, all our efforts will come to naught. So we are asking government to work with all civil society institutions, the private sector. Last time, I'm sure you might have heard this news, we were calling for the private sector to examine their supply chains. Franca, my colleague here, is coming from Australia. In 2018, Australia government passed the is it the Supply Chains Law?
Modern Slavery
Act. And all businesses are enjoined to ensure that they clean their supply chains. These are some of the things that we need government to do. The Human Trafficking Act, which was passed about 20 years ago, needs to be amended. There are a lot of issues under human trafficking and modern slavery that are not covered under the law. For instance, we don't see forced child marriage as modern slavery. Why is it so? We must label that as modern slavery in order that we can properly address it. But if you just take it as a traditional norm, then it means that you are not going to be able to address as well. So we need to amend the law to reflect the exigencies of the time. That is why we must all, I mean, you are a media person, this is a media organization, we must all call on the government to take action, increase budgetary allocations, and be seen to be doing the work.
Wow, 20,000 children, Water Lake
alone.
Wow. And you're saying that we have the structures, we have the institutions, but we are not funding them.
We are not funding them.
Wow. Okay, so now let's tie into your messages for us as the conference comes off from the 6th to the 8th of October. What will be your message to Ghanaians? And also we are looking forward to the release of the index, right? Tell us more.
Yeah, I think I'll echo what James said in that it's collective action. So, James touched on social and cultural norms. That's where faith, community and tribal leaders need to step in to build awareness and build that capacity in their communities. And we help them do that. Like we launched a Faith for Freedom app. That's an app dedicated to religious leaders, to women religious, to community and tribal leaders. But then also, like James said, there's the government needs to take action, civil society, but all together, that's what this conference is about collectively the impact that we can have if we work hand in hand.
Right, James?
Yes, so a few years ago, this particular conference was held here. I mean, I think it's the same venue, similar conference. And, now we are going to hold another one. What I believe is that modern slavery is preventable. We can prevent it. If you act, if everybody acts, if the government takes action, we can prevent it. And the reason why we must take action and to prevent it is that it's about the people. It's about our own citizens and the citizens of others who find themselves in our country. Look at the Nigerians who are always forced into prostitution in this country. Look at our own children who are working on the lake. Look at our own children who are forced into forced marriage. And I know, sometimes I listen to you and your story that you tell. You know that this exists, but we are not calling them by their names. Let's call them by the name. It is modern slavery. It is not child labor. It is not child work. It is modern slavery, and it is preventable.
Right. So about this conference, is it open to the public? Is it strictly by invitation? Who can be there?
Yeah, no, it is by invitation, and it's a cross mix of, like I said, faith leaders, civil society, and government as well.
Right. Thank you, Franca Pellegrini, Director of Global Freedom Network at Walk Free, and James Kofi Annan, President of Challenging Heights. James, people are telling me your name rings a bell.
No, it doesn't.
Thank you very much, James and Franca. Thank you so much. When you buy anything, it's got to be the very best. Diamond 42.5 outgrade, highest quality on the Ghanaian market. We've got a 32.5 outgrade for you. Great value for your pocket. You deserve the very best. Please choose Diamond Cement as your number one for all your building needs. Anyone who wishes to buy Diamond Cement should deal with us directly. Our factories are in Takrady, Bwepe, and Aplau. We are nationwide. Find us and give us a call 0244 313 368. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond. Hello to all the entrepreneurs out there looking for meaningful business ownership opportunities. Do you have a dream to provide water in a more sustainable way? Worry no more. Partner with Jibu through our franchise network. 50,000 Ghana cedis. With that, you can receive equipment, training, support needed to launch your own business, purifying and selling affordable, refillable drinking water. Let a dream become a reality. We have an exciting offer for new customers and businesses. We provide free bottles and dispenser machines for corporate businesses. And if you want to start small, you can also become a Jibu distributor or reseller. Just give us a call 0209 845-817. Go to our website jibuco.com/gh. Jibu, a better life. Now we are calling all future brides, grooms and hopeless romantics. Ready to say I do to the wedding and lifestyle fair of your dreams? Then don't miss Marry Me at Marriott, the ultimate love fair happening at the Accra Marriott Hotel on the 11th and 12th of October in fabulous partnership with White Chalk International. Think glitz, glam, and a sprinkle of fairy dust from our stunning ballroom, serene garden spaces, dazzling decor, top-tier vendors, exclusive wedding and events packages, bridal, fashion, sweet surprises. Whether you're planning a grand celebration or intimate affair, this is where wedding magic begins. Enjoy curated experiences designed to inspire at the Marry Me at Marriott Wedding Fair. Premier wedding and lifestyle experience. Don't forget the dates are 11th and 12th October 2025 at Accra Marriott Hotel. Wonderful hospitality always. Accra Marriott Hotel. Now you've been planning and waiting for the right time to make that move. Well, Stanbic Bank's rates have dropped and this is the time to make that move right now. Take those bold steps to fund your dreams with a Stanbic personal loan, vehicle loan, consumer finance, solar loan, home loan or credit card. Be unstoppable with Stanbic Bank. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh to get started. Stanbic Bank. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, there's more.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ebusuafo ehiem enuanum edwendwen sene wo beye maami yi
mensa kan 15,000 Ghana cedis efri ayofo busumi bia metua 15 cedis pe mede ne nyina eboa ya maami yi no
mensuma je 10,000 Ghana cedis efri ayofo nchen medie 10 cedis na metua free me momo busumi bia
menko ade misika na amao ayofo ne se amfa
na se ye nyina na register ayo family cover no na wo kai last a wo de sika to wo momo so
asa check akrao
chese wontua wo ayo ntoboa no se wentua wo ayo family cover sika no busumi bia policy no enye adwuma enti hwese wo ni wadofo bambo no beye adwuma hwese sika be wo momo no so abri bia na wetumi etua busumi bia entem so pe ayo package a ebeboa wo nenya bambo pa kai se nhihye kakra da ho we ye nhihye free Salam Alliance Life Insurance Ghana Limited.
Ayo, because you care.
We there for you and your family. The luckiest everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community go win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Guinea, ice.
Malink up Kanata, Migbona, Paklakota, Gretchen. Migrena Mary, Quaya do Pavi, Boba Movement de la Strikaji. Now for the Kale Yama Yabolet, Bloody Millet, Coca Moama Plain. Haja. Timananga contact Gretchen. Edu Haja. Miller Gomaledu Haja. Forget your wahala na muaba galana duwe na jalaga awodo kube nyak paliga hajado skimono vale fariga Sunday makava makla.
When you become the luckiest, you dance to Hajj. You understand? Yeah, because luck is everywhere. People are winning. Winning season is on. Luckiest is back again, bigger and better. Just dial *712#. Go with option 1 to buy your own ticket. Option 2 to buy for someone else. Pay with Momo and you're good to go. Head to theluckiestafrica.com to register online. If you're in Ghana, use Momo to pay. If you're abroad, use your card to get it done. This is your golden chance. Luck is everywhere. Kaka.
Yes, sir.
Oh, say. Talk to me. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? You know, what's going on? You know, you're entering the weekend, but there are a few things that we need to tie the knots on.
For me, one of the biggest stories, and it's been troubling, not just for me, but for everybody, is an age-old secret, or what has been happening for the longest time, by virtue of social media coming out vividly. Right. Today as well, I think probably yesterday, but today we've read reports about another video where it is alleged in that video that a teacher is involved or was engaging in sexual activity, what appears to be sexual intercourse with a female student. Just yesterday we spoke about the KNUST school
assistant head teacher,
where the assistant head
SHS,
teacher.
let me add.
KNUST SHS, where an assistant head teacher was seen in a video in a sexual conduct or misconduct with the female student. The good thing is that this has come up. It's got the attention of the gender ministry, and maybe it's an opportunity for us to stem it, for us to deal with it properly.
There's been another video.
Yes, and this appears to be even more inappropriate and worrying than the first, because you see an older, bigger man lying on top of a female student. And I think that as they are interdicted by the GES, we need prosecutorial authorities to follow up with immediate investigations. Okay, there's the need for investigations, and there are questions about the ages of the girls. I think that investigations will bring out, those facts, whether or not these are under 16 years or not. I think that when those details are established, then the possible prosecutions can be more definitive. So, for instance, the issue about consent, which yesterday we spoke about, that it was unfortunate for a member of parliament to suggest that the girl in the first video was consenting. Under our laws, when a girl is under 16 years in the matter of sexual activity, there's no consent. It doesn't exist. The person is deemed by law not to have that kind of agency. So for me, that is a non-starter. Whether or not they are of age, let's also not forget that they find themselves in a school institution where they are interacting with adults who, given the context or the setting in the school, have certain powers. Okay, they have the power to discipline them, they have the power to grade them, they have the power to give them certain perks in the school or punish them. And so there's obviously power imbalance. So that makes the whole, aside what the law says, the whole argument about their age becomes moot. Because exploitation will still happen or is likely to happen in a space of power imbalance, which is what we see in our schools. Now, there are issues of concern, or there are criminal matters likely happening when you watch these videos. So, for instance, if these girls are under 16, then there's the concern of defilement, okay? And this is one of the charges that the prosecution authorities could consider charging these individuals, these teachers with. If they are not, that notwithstanding, especially in the first video, then, because the first video doesn't give the impression that they are having sexual intercourse. It is the second video that does that. So for me, that's a possible defilement case over there. The first video is where we see the head teacher inappropriately touching the girl. So unless investigations come out to show that they have previously had sexual intercourse, which will then amount to defilement, depending on a girl's age. On the face of that video, as Sky, my learned senior, referred to yesterday, that is a matter of indecent assault. I think that it's commendable that the GS has interdicted these individuals. It will be great to hear from the police service. I think there are two different regions. One is Ashanti region and the other is Uti region. It will be good to hear from the police service to follow up with some arrests and investigations and prosecutions on this matter. But I think that the gender ministry has got its work and with respect to this matter cut out for it, okay? Because all of us know that this is something that has been happening in most of the secondary schools. The only difference is that it's now on footage and it's now on social media platforms. It's an open secret. And so my expectation is that there will be a broader approach, a national campaign to first educate these girls. They need to understand. We may take it for granted that in the information era, people should know their rights and their responsibilities, or they should know what is right and what is not wrong. But within these schools, the world is different, especially for the girls over there. And so I think as a kind of campaign to educate these girls about their rights so that they can make informed decisions about their futures. And that's very important. And I think that the ministry also has to work with the police to make sure that all the people suspected to be involved are brought to book. And the educational institutions, the senior high schools, okay, they also need to answer questions because there's a duty on them to provide safe spaces for the children, the girls. There's a duty on them to provide channels where people can safely report these matters, and they should take action on some of these things. Sometimes they tend to protect their school's reputation, cover-ups, etc. And so there's a lot of work. The minister, the gender minister, we call on her to take this matter up.
Well said.
Netelo binukunda plastic. Nyame soma pa na yelu sumia. Jasoma mi ya ilukuna jene tani. Mesake muda pa. Ada nyame baba physical. Sawa nkwanse da pada. Asha na heaven wenye nipa. Kwaso no kwalo no wawoso asofu intumo wanka. Sika samini tichapuli ya fu intumo wamba. Intumo wambo. I will put on the things fall apart. I can't was an entertainment touch. Chapuli was school super. Dance to my messy when you move on Kobe. Until you damage so my pan.
9 minutes to the top of the hour, Friday, October 3. And guess who is in the studio today? No, the studio is mustard this morning, isn't it? It's gone mustard. And I have two amazing ladies, Adam Naite, UMB Head of Corporate Communications, and Faustina Ya Apea, Manager, Internal and External Relations at UMB. I mean, a lot of companies showed up at the Citi Business Olympics, but the mustard color was very dominant all over the place.
Yes.
We made that promise to you.
You lived up to your promise.
Exactly.
You lived up to. How did you find the Olympics as sponsors? How was it for you?
No, it was good. I think I have mentioned that a couple of times. It was really good, well organized, well patronized. I loved the venue especially. Your team, they were on grounds, very supportive. It was really very good from where I sit.
Nice. Abed wants to know how many trophies you won, how many games you won. Having been all over, we saw mustard, we felt mustard.
Yes.
Did it translate into trophies?
Yes, it did. So we won gold in the men's draught competition,
Woo!
aka dummy.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
you got a Tim Tono.
Yeah, so we got gold in that one.
Right.
And then we got silver in the swimming division for the men.
What happened to the tug of war? Your women?
Oh.
No, your women. Tug of war. No, it's everywhere. What happened?
I mean, that's the whole idea. It has to be
What
everywhere.
happened?
It has to be everywhere.
We will not get into
No, they
that.
say you were overdrawn. You had overdrawn your account.
Yes, we had overdrawn our accounts. But not to worry. I think maybe we underestimated our opponents. So now we know their tactics. We're not going to divulge too much of our game
I
plan.
actually want to tell them, I said, but you guys, it's just a joke.
No, they meant that thing.
They play.
They meant that thing. Right, so the games were great for you.
Yes. So 2 silvers, 1 gold. Yeah. So the
2
swimming.
silvers, 1 gold.
Yes.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yes, for our
Congratulations.
maiden edition.
Well done.
Exactly.
Yeah, we came to scope the competition and see what we can do better. So
That's a good one. So what's new with UMB?
Well, what's new with UMB? We've mentioned this also a couple of times. We are still on our transformational journey with our transformational leader, Dr. Philip Otimensa.
Right.
And what's big for us is our focus on customer excellence.
Right.
And that really is what it is. If you're a customer, a UMB customer, this is one of the best times that you can ever be banking with us, because the focus, the attention, and everything we're putting in place is just to make sure that our customers are very comfortable. They are thrilled. We are going over and above and beyond to ensure that their banking experience with us is perfect. So that's
what is
we're
it that
on.
you're doing differently that will make us comfortable and feel all that you've told us?
Okay, so you know that we have about 35 branches across the country.
Great.
So our touch points are all available serving. Big for us now is we have an all new speed app coming up.
Okay.
That will be launched maybe next week, and that's supposed to put banking in the palm of our customers in a whole new different way, with a whole new different experience.
Nice one.
When we launch, we will be here to talk about it. All of this is just to make sure that our customers are and we have a lot of digital assets we are also working on. So I mean, this, and I'm sure Faustina will have a few more to add to it. Yeah.
Yes, and like Eden said, there's a whole new transformation happening in UMB, from the tangible to the intangible. You're seeing the mustard spirit, and I'm glad the spirit entered the studio when we came. And then also we're leading with the customer first agenda. So all through the month of October, it's Global Customer Service Week. For us, it's not just a week; it's a month-long celebration.
The entire month. Focusing on customer service.
We're focusing on customers. So give us the feedback. Talk to us on our various touch points, interact with us, let us know how best we can serve you, because for us your feedback is what propels us to give you the very best service.
UMB,
United, motivated,
definitely
bold.
UMB,
United,
motivated, and bold.
No, we're hanging out with Adam Naite. She's the head of corporate communications for UMB, and Faustina Yao, manager internal and external relations at UMB. They say that they found their smoothness level at the Olympics. They are proud of their 2 silver, 1 gold.
Yes.
They will take it like that. But next year, the tug of war,
it's a sweep.
You see, next year, Faustina and I will be.
You will join?
Yes, the tug of war.
Yeah.
Oh, you will augment the soldiers on the field. Because with those we saw, we thought that you were sufficiently constituted.
We don't like to be that bad worker who blames his tools, because it had rained, so the turf was a bit slippery. Yeah, so when they pulled, we just yielded to the floor.
But your account was solid.
The account was solid,
but it was overdrawn.
The regulator. It was the regulator.
No, so what do you want to let customers know before we leave, right? What should customers and listeners bear in mind? Finally, what should be top of mind after listening to this conversation? I'll start with you, Faustina.
Okay, so for us, we've been here since 1972, proudly serving Ghana. We were a niche bank, so we understand the business of money.
Right.
So for us, like I've said, we don't do products and services for mass markets.
Right.
We tailor it to your need.
Nice.
At the very moments that you need it, we will customize something, a solution
If once you see me, you can see my needs and tailor
yes,
something
so
for me.
you see, for us, relationship banking is one of our USPs.
Right.
We don't just slap products and services. We
Right.
get to know you, understand your needs.
Nice.
You may not need a current account. Maybe what you need is an investment instrument. So
Right.
we'll just walk with you through your
Straight.
financial journey.
No long
So for
things.
us, yes, no long things. We are dedicated to giving you the very best service
Nice
always.
one.
So those are some of the things that we're doing. We're making you feel us in your hearts. You know, everywhere you go, you feel UMB. So yeah.
Mustard.
Yeah, and just to add to what Faustina said, we're niche, but we're providing all the services when it comes to banking. It's
Very
just
well.
that we will tailor it to suit you. So
Okay.
don't think that we do some and we
We
don't
don't
do
do
some.
some.
We
We
do
do
all
all
of it.
things.
Exactly. And also to tell our customers that they should remain on the speed side. You know our core values. And we work with speed. We work with a lot of passion, also with excellence, with ethics, and with a lot of diligence as well. And so when you are a customer, this is what you experience. If you haven't experienced the speed side yet, we're inviting you. If you're experiencing it, would love and appreciate your feedback to even continue to serve you with a lot more speed.
Adam Naite, Faustina Ya Apia. Charlie, Brofuni Nyasi emphasis camera, yes, we are coming. We are bringing the money.
And there's just a branch right
Yeah,
here.
you
So
at the bus stop now.
Yes,
You enter.
yes.
We are coming with the money.
Thank you.
We are coming with the money. For formally. Thank you, Adam Naite, Faustina Yapia, sponsors of the Citi Business Olympics. They say next year. Next year. Yeah, you sweep everything.
Oh, next year UMB go over.
But for now, congratulations.
Thank
You've
you.
done really well.
Yeah.
2 silver, 1 gold.
And you know that I mean, your team members also told us that this is the loudest they have seen of any sponsor in the city, in the history of the Citi Business Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we showed up. The master spirit was on the field.
So you were loud.
We were loud, very present,
and see,
large and in
on
charge.
on the medal side.
Hey.
Okay. Bless you. Bless weekend.
You too.
Top of the hour, Caleb Kuda signing out. You heard Richard Laskai, Francisca Kakrafo, Samuel Atamensa pass through. Fred Tete Jabano produced the show together with Sheba Abba Benning, Samuel Akom, Edwin Kwal Kofi, Enoch Bosumtree. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Godfred Odum, Abeku Odum, the richest man. Ajubi Rafia Kente is here with the news at 10. Good morning, Ajubi.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Ghana Immigration Service officer killed, another injured in deadly check